And in that split second of the accident, many of them saved the families' lives. The driver's pedals dropped to the floor away from his feet. The electronic seatbelt pre-tensioning device pressed the occupants deep into their seats. And despite the horrifying impact, the Mercedes safety passenger cell did not collapse. Survival space remained intact. This is the Needs family. To them, a Mercedes-Benz is not a luxury.
Alan Joyce and Gary Ayres leading Hawthorn for tonight's grand final. Wayne Schimmelbusch at the helm again for his second year as coach at North Melbourne, and with him is Matthew Larkin. Bernie Quinlan is on the boundary to keep us up to date with everything that's happening tonight, and I'm happy to say joining the 7 Sport team and making his debut tonight is a 211-game veteran with the Demons and the Sydney Swans, a Brownlow medalist, Gerard Healy. And Gerard, any truth in the rumour that I heard you whistling the Collingwood theme song as you were coming into Waverley tonight?
No, it's just a Freudian slip, Sandy. But more importantly, there's a fantastic atmosphere down here on the ground with plenty of vocal support for both sides. The weather in Melbourne's been great all week, and tonight's no exception. On the Mitsubishi Motors weather gauge, we have a current temperature of 15 degrees with an expected overnight low of 14. Humidity is 65% and there is no wind, so no advantage at either end of the ground. The ground is firm and the forecast is for a fine and mild night, and all in all, a great night for a grand final.
Thank you, Gerard, and welcome to the team. So we're just about set for the Foster's Cup Grand Final of 1991. Hawthorn kicking to the left.
A little bit of ducks and drakes going on at the moment. North Melbourne have it a half forward. Consequently, Jenke is looking for someone to pick up on the Hawthorn back end of the square.
Well, this is enormous, Sandy. Isn't it? I mean, North Melbourne and Hawthorn both supposedly with not many members, but tremendous crowd.
Peter Carey and Brian Sheehan in charge of proceedings tonight, and here's the opening bounce. Gallagher looking for a big charge at the ball from North Melbourne, gets it down, some heavy body work early on. Clarkson at the bottom, Ayres there with strength, and Jose Romero picks himself up.
Not often you see two left-handed ruckmen going at it. Gallagher and Deere.
Still virtually in the middle. Gallagher electing to try and flick it over his head. Romero's kick was partly smothered. They've got the runners at hand, however, and North will go into attack through Clarkson, down towards the pocket. Longmire from 35 metres off target. Out of bounds on the full.
Really, that was a bad miss by Longmire. Should have at least posted a score then. As a reasonably experienced player, he knew he had the break on Langford. Should have steadied.
Schwab from the back pocket. Again to the outer side. North Melbourne players in front, Abbott and Morrissey at the back for Hawthorn. See it over the line. Well, this crowd is growing all the time. They've come in late, but they've certainly come in force. Gallagher and Deere. Jarman at the back. No one able to force it clear. Larkin could have almost been tackled too high. In fact was, said the umpire. So Matthew Larkin will put North well inside 50. Longmire gives him a lead. That's his target. In front, but well spoiled. Smith pushes it further forward for North Melbourne. Was Scholl held? Yes, he was.
Well, he did draw the umpire's attention to it. It was good play by Scholl.
Well, it was an intelligent handball earlier too to give Scholl a chance to keep running towards goal. I didn't quite catch who that player was. It had been Ross Smith.
Ross Smith it was.
A lot of good thinking there by the young North Melbourne. They're a little toey, Don, I think. That Longmire kick indicated that.
Scholl from 47 metres. Kick into the square. Had it gone through, or has the mark been paid? Must have been very, very close. But the mark has been paid, and Brett Allison, who's kicked a number of goals.
And a left foot kick too, normally.
Check side attempt. Touch.
So North have done all the attacking in the opening couple of minutes, and they look very enthusiastic, which would be fairly obvious, I would think, in a grand final. Chris Langford to kick the ball back into play. He goes straight up the ground. Hawthorn player on the end of it is Jarman. And what a talented player Darren Jarman is in this Hawthorn team. He's been given the number of Gary Buckenara. and he's just slotted in there magnificently. Pritchard marks on centre wing with the left foot, goes to half forward, and that should be a Hawthorn mark. It's been paid to Morrissey, and he's at centre half forward for the Hawks. Oh, that could have nearly been 50 metres. Umpire Sheehan not far away from the incident, so maybe he thought that Morrissey could have reached it. The short pass by Morrissey, up in towards the front of the goals. Roberts gets clear. There's a chance for German, Peter German. The hand pass is smothered, but Ramiro's there. Nearly getting back with Paul Deere, but Larkin, the captain, constructively goes wider to German. German's kick up towards centre wing, punched away from Carey by Abbott. Flicked away by Rocker's intelligent play, but there's no one there. Larkin gets his fourth possession. Ayres is a chance, the Rock of Gibraltar. But good play in there by Crocker, and he holds the ball in for the Northerners when Hawthorn look like they may go forward through Gary Ayres.
Good, intense grand final.
Oh, you can't help but have the hairs on the back of your head. Standing up, Sandy.
Quite right, Robbo. On centre wing, Gallagher and Deere, one by the ladder, but straight to Scholl, who kicks it high in the air. Carey will get underneath it and almost took a great mark. Larkin has been busy. Rock and Clarkson are there to lend the assist. Clarkson on the left foot, high. Longmire comes steaming out at the football, but can't take it cleanly. Collins tries to burst his way through for Hawthorn. They'll get out of trouble as Dean Anderson has it on half-back, bounces his way down across centre wing, and all of a sudden Hawthorn deep in trouble now. Deep into attack with Brereton.
I think they're going to have problems there because McCarthy's pricking up Brereton, and he has given him latitude already, not in that instance but earlier.
Well, some loose checking there, and once again Anderson was able to drift down, and he will have a shot just on 50 metres or just outside. Puts it out in front. Brereton, the flyer, has it fisted away. Clarkson with pace. Dashes clear, then gets the hand pass away to German. North Melbourne out of trouble, back towards the centre and Stevens.
And a good mark taken by Anthony Stevens on centre wing. He's a left foot kick. And this is a good one up towards half forward. Nearly the mark to Carey. It's been paid.
He's a good player, this fellow.
He really is, Don, isn't he? He's an impressive looking young man. Tall, very fit looking. A long torpedo punt kick into the pocket. No mark. Schwab quick to recover. Handball over the top, gives Collins the advantage to run with the ball. Then he hand passes to no one in particular. It's close to the line. Stevens, Platt, strong footy there by all players. Umpire Sheehan will bounce.
John Platten on the bottom of that pack, and I can tell you that his grandfather Bill is celebrating his 90th birthday tomorrow and is happy watching his son play tonight.
What a great effort.
Grandson.
What did I say?
Well, a great effort by Bill Platten, and hope you enjoy the game because we are here and North Melbourne are into attack, and Allison marks only 30 metres out, and the angle is a little better this time for Brett Allison. Little nudge there on Peter Schwab, but stood his ground and has the chance to kick the first goal of the match. Doing well in the forward pocket for North is Brett Allison. Drop punt kick, looks pretty good. North kicked the first.
Gee, wait till Dad hears about this Magnuson run-out sale. It's our last chance to get the car of the decade. He can't say no.
Because Magnus sedans are selling fast. To get the deal and model of your choice and $1,500 cash back, you'll have to get to your Mitsubishi dealer very, very quickly.
G'day, mate. Coming for a drive?
Yeah.
The Magnus sedan run out. It can't run forever.
North Melbourne lead by 7 points. Bitterly disappointed at losing last year's grand final. Out to make amends. Ayres overruns it. Got a shocking bounce. Oh, Clarkson a beauty. This could be one to Jose Romero. There's another one.
Well, the importance of the centre break, and North Melbourne, on the 2 occasions it has been bounced in the centre, they've taken it out on each occasion. Interesting that Anthony Condon playing on the half-back flank. That front end of the square was left open because Condon went around to the other side to pick up his man. And North Melbourne were more or less unimpeded in getting the ball out of the centre. Nobody running off the back end of the square for Hawthorn.
Great start by Matthew Larkin.
He played very well, particularly getting the ball quickly out of the centre.
13 points, the margin. Crocker tries to tap it high, and in doing so might have been tackled high. So again, the Roos go down towards their half-forward line. Carey plays on. North looking $1 million at the moment as they set sail up towards the 50-metre line. Ayres and Clarkson. Clarkson has to do the work from behind. Langford now defending solidly for the Hawks. Kicks it wide towards the wing.
And at centre wing, a little bit of confusion between the two North Melbourne players. Nearly gave Ben Allen the chance. It was Peter German and Jeff Chandler. One looking for the shepherd and the other one not really aware that his teammate was going to give him the full path through with the football. Boundary throw in centre wing on member side. Gallagher and Greg Deere. Oh, good bump by Chandler and Jarman. Both players bouncing off and recovering pretty well. Roberts overruns it. Barrett stands his ground and his footing. Play on, advantage rule. Paul Deere into an open goal goes Paul Deere and misses to the left. Exciting stuff here at Waverley. North Melbourne 2-1, Hawthorn 1 behind, and all fans on the edge of their seat. Mark Roberts. Gee, he's been a good player for North so far this season since coming down from Brisbane.
Really has applied himself. You can see he's lost a lot of weight.
The short kick in finds Stevens. Stevens half back, outer side, kicks into a vacant area on centre wing. Oh, Allison cleverly to Scholl. Scholl with the left foot. Carey, good gather. Goes back to Allison. He covers some territory, Brett Allison. And, oh, it slips through Longmire's hands. Disciplined play by Collins, but good effort by Ramiro. The ball's out of bounds.
That be construed as being deliberate because the man was over the boundary line.
Well, John Longmire was appealing for that, Don. But I guess you'd have to be a brave umpire to give that decision.
Yeah, got it away. Rocks out in front, however. Pulls it round his body. High. Play on is the call. Jarman went up with a fist and got it down. Jenke couldn't take it cleanly. Stevens in trouble. Too long. Advantage paid. Ayres away. And Hawthorn get it back towards centre wing. German couldn't quite complete it. Almost put a high tackle in there, but play on was the call. Peter German's kick goes up towards the half-forward line, and James Morrissey takes a good mark.
Come back here! Here! Play on!
Plays on to Platten. Put him under pressure. Rock is there with him. The ball spills free. Here's Larkin. He has been the driving force early on to Longmire.
And it's good to see Larkin getting involved because I've been a little disappointed with his games in this night series. Let's hope he can bring himself up to the standard I know he possesses. And here's Longmire lining up for his second shot at goal.
From 40 metres, and it's sprayed it away to the right.
Well, one complete miss, and that's a point.
Margin of 13 points. Hawthorn, Hierarchy, Alan Joyce.
Centre-half back could be a problem for Hawthorn because Carey a little too quick for Paul Abbott at this stage.
He's the acting captain, Gary Ayres. Up high was Clarkson waiting down in front. Rock would have been tripped. Collins gets a hurried kick. Now they could be away. Pritchard wide. Condon on a run. Staritsky can't get him. Kick into the pocket. Is that a diving mark? Not paid. And hammered over the boundary line.
I thought Martin got his hands to it first.
That was a terrific contest, wasn't it? Because Dunstall there using the body, which he does use so well. Martin able to hold his ground. Good stuff by Martin. So by Dunstall.
Boundary throw in. Left half forward for Hawthorn. Ball comes back towards the wing. Platten leads in the race. Gathers it nicely. Good shepherd. Great shepherd in the background there. Didn't quite catch the player. It might have been Greg Deere. Brewitt nearly marks. Play on. Ball close to the line. Whitman appealing for it. Burton should nearly get it. Still, the umpires asking these players to give their all. And there was no hesitation. And have a look at that. Fantastic spirit by both of these teams. Dermot Brewitt and Peter German. The boys will go on with it. There's Shimmer. Gee, if those 20 guys for 22 for North Melbourne play like Shimmer played, They certainly won't get
Brereton's
thrashed.
holding the hamstring too.
Half forward, between half forward and forward pocket for Hawthorn. Ross Smith in there for North Melbourne. And the contest was good with Paul Deere. Here's Dermot Brereton, perhaps just a little twinge of the right hamstring. And the umpire will bounce in the forward pocket for the Hawks.
Chance for the Hawks to score. Jarman, a late tackle. North out of trouble again. They're doing it well. Gallagher marks at half back.
Larkin again, Sandy, in that passage of play.
Looking for Carey. And again, he gets front spot.
The problem.
And he's able to play on back to the big man, Gallagher. Shows versatility as he kicks inside 50. Schwab at the back now for Hawthorn will head towards the line. Longmire charges in. Clever play, Longmire for Rock. This could be a goal and it'll belong to Longmire.
No, I think it's going to be brought back.
All clear.
Oh, good. Hot enough, yeah, certainly is.
What'll be, fellas?
Boss's light, thanks. So, yes, time to move to a new office. No, interesting. I don't know. Happens every time. Gonna make that too.
Only one light beer goes over the top for taste. Foster's Light.
Reminiscent of Wayne Harms' 1979 for the Carlton on the MCG. What tremendous stuff that was. And the discipline of North Melbourne all over the ground so far is to be admired. Hawthorn get the ball out of the centre. It's Condon. A left foot kick into full forward. Good lead. Good pass. And Dunstall completes that passage of play. Jason Dunstall.
About to make a change, Lawrence. Coming on for Hawthorn. And Abbott going off. Now Lawrence going to centre half back on Carey.
Now Dunstall from 50 metres. A lovely kick by Dunstall is nearly there. It is there. So Hawthorn get their first goal through their champion full forward Jason Dunstall. They're 1-1, but North Melbourne are 3-2.
Well, two players at Hawthorn have both kicked 60 goals in a night series. Peter Hudson and Jason Dunstall. Now with that goal, Jason Dunstall goes 1 goal ahead of Peter Hudson as far as the night aggregate goals are concerned at Hawthorn.
Dermot Brereton, with what appears to be a bit of a hamstring twinge, is now in the forward pocket. And he can be very, very dangerous there. The Deere boys combine. Paul Deere eventually gets a hurry kick down towards the half-forward line. But again, the North defence holding firm. Back towards the middle.
He's going to be a worry. He is going to be a real worry. Now, they've already taken one man off him. And this fellow, Lawrence, is not quick enough either.
He's got players running wide. He's going to use Jeff Chandler, who could have had a bounce if he wanted it. And elects to kick up towards the half-forward line. Schwab clears. Bit of a brawl on behind play. Platten leaves it for Morrissey. Wide to Condon. Over the top to Anderson. They'd want to forget about the brawling because the ball's coming down there. Anderson decides to head for home himself. Brereton does the shepherding work. Great play. Anderson shoots for goal and misses. The ever-smiling Dermot.
That's the emergency umpire, Sandy, on the ground there, having a chat. George Stone, the Hawthorn runner, but certainly the emergency umpire having a bit of a word to Dermot. Play on centre wing, Jenke. Oh, he's caught, but he still might get away. He does. Good shepherd there by Greg Deere again. Jenke's kick, nearly a North Melbourne mark. Could have been a free kick. Whitman plays on and misses to the left. There is a wind, Sandy, I feel, blowing across the ground. Certainly Jason Dunstall's kick for goal that went through, the ball was dragged to the left.
In control, Gemma.
Gee, these players are fit, skillful, tough. It's great. Australian rules football at its best. Morrissey can't mark. Crocker's there to keep the man under pressure and force the ball over for a boundary throw-in.
Paul Abbott having a spell on the bench. Paul Deere against Roberts. Staritsky, Flame, Anderson, a hurried kick round his body. Over the top it goes. North should clear through Chandler. His left foot kick is high. It's close to the boundary line. Got to be kept in. Morrissey just gently flicks it forward to Condon. He's got another one going past. A stab in towards goal. Yet another behind goes on the board. Dean Anderson has been busy in front of goal, but off target on that occasion.
And Hawthorn have made a change. They've got Whitman now in the back pocket, and Peter Schwab from the back pocket has gone forward.
Yeah, how about the little kick by James Morrissey again there, Sandy, that passage of play. So quick with his head to make his arms and his legs move positively.
The freak, as he's known, certainly lives up to the shoal. Working hard, sort of the meat in the sandwich on that occasion. Gallagher taps forward for Chandler. Clever play. Well done by Gallagher. Chandler tries to centre it. Carey is being held, and he was pushed, and he will get the free kick.
I think the umpire would see that, too, wouldn't he? There's a lot of holding going on in this match before the ball is actually in the vicinity of the two players.
There in front.
Carey long and low. Longmire at the back. No one running past on this occasion. Flicked out by Anthony Condon. Ayres, Collins, under pressure. Boundary line.
The key word by North Melbourne all over the field. Pressure by their forwards is essential because Hawthorn move it out so beautifully from their back line and half-back line. Lawrence in front, Gallagher in the middle. Collected by Stevens. Good pressure by Allen. Kick off the ground by Crocker. Now Collins has a chance. Left foot kick. But he knew he didn't have much time, and he kicked it very, very quickly. It's loose. Langford. Longmire puts pressure on. Ball close to the line. Very close. It still hasn't gone over just yet. It's still there. And Hawthorn will get the ball through Jarman. Clever play by Darren Jarman. And the pass is effective to Schwab. Pritchard holds the ball in. Gets his left foot to the ball. It goes up inside 50. Attempted kick off the ground by Martin. Strong play by Chandler. He's still in there battling hard. He may get the free kick. He does, but no, it goes to Platten. It obviously was a Hawthorn free kick. Dermott, oh, he slips. Will he get it? No, he won't. Great play, Roberts. Free kick to Hawthorn. All clear. Goal, Hawthorn.
It's showtime.
Well, I want to hear a new song.
And for this ruthless director,
You'll never watch another Broadway show again.
the curtain is about to come down. The cast of suspects is endless.
Now, that is true, isn't it?
But what of the
Never been happier to see a man dead.
blackmail, revenge,
No matter what happens, I love you.
or jealousy?
People have killed for a lot less.
Rexona Deodorant presents Perry Mason.
I've less to go on in this case than I've ever had.
The Case of the Musical Murder premieres Sunday.
What a first quarter here at Waverley. 4 points the margin. Favouring the Roos as the Hawks fight back. Rock wins it out of the middle. It was touched. Carey.
They're becoming Carey conscious.
And he's having a field day at the same time. Gets his kick down towards the forward line. North haven't scored a goal for a while. Hawthorn have had the last couple and fought back. Collins.
I thought the umpire a little slow on that occasion. He awarded the free kick to Andrew Collins for around the neck.
Take it from half back.
Play on!
Tremendous crowd here at Waverley tonight. Across to Whitman. Still at half-back. He pumps it long down towards the 50-metre line. And a tremendous fly. Allen goes through. Chandler's on top of him. He does effectively clear it away, however. Roberts will get the kick. It's high over centre wing. Up towards the right half-forward flank. Well done by Carey again, who's been very busy. Romero can flick it on for Carey. He may get caught. He does. But gets the handball away. Jenke is held and will be free kick.
He was being held. It's good to see the umpire pick that up because he was being held. And Lawrence, I think it is down behind play on the 50-metre line, and he doesn't look too good.
Pritchard has it on the defensive side of centre. Goes wide towards the wing. Paul Deere is his target. Well, he unloaded Anthony Rock.
I'll have to correct that. That's Greg Deere. Greg Deere, and he does not look too good at all.
Got a knee, Don, by the look of it.
He's holding that right knee.
Gee, that won't be too good for Hawthorn.
In the meantime, Rock has it. Carey again the target. This time Lawrence, an effective spoil and over the line. That's bad news for Hawthorn, Don, isn't it?
Well, I'm just wondering what they're going to do. They could put Abbott straight into the ruck because he was taken apart by Carey early, but then again they could put Lawrence in, so they've got two options.
Got a great competitor in the ruck now. That's Greg Deer's brother Paul. He has a bit of a go. German's left foot kick is a bit of an up and under. Doesn't cover too much ground. Getting back Condon. Good mark Platten. Looking to play on the Hawks. But North Melbourne holding it up nicely at half-back. Platten's kick. High. In the Brereton direction. Brereton punches from behind. So does Crocker. Staritsky. Anderson. Over his body. Up towards full forward. Nearly a mark to Allen. Oh, he took it off Morrissey. They shear it around beautifully. Haul into an open goal. Stabs it unselfishly to Dunstall. And he couldn't possibly miss from 3 metres. So Dunstall gets his second. And Hawthorn hit the front. There's Greg Deer in the hands of the trainers. Hawthorn 3-4, North Melbourne 3-2.
It's interesting what Hawthorn are doing. The way they're putting fellows who are now prepared to run in front of play. The action is 20 metres, maybe 30 metres, but they're running into space further ahead of play. It's something which the Western Australians, the West Coast Eagles, used to do. You put a lot of onus on the guys down the field winning the ball, because when you look down the field, there are a number of options. Hawthorn running into space further down the ground.
3 minutes remaining. This first quarter, Abbott on the ball. Gallagher stabs a short kick, gains probably 15 metres. Pritchard has come into the game, working well to Jink. Wide, Morrissey. James Morrissey just goes short, but they've got the possession, and it's with Tony Hall. He boots towards the 50-metre line. Brereton in front. Rock. Going to be a free kick over, going the way of Brereton.
He was in front, he was going for the ball.
Tell you what, you're doing all right when you can start Tony Hall on the bench. He's come on and had 2 or 3 possessions.
Brereton goes short, and again Jason Dunstall is able to sneak away, and he'll be firing for his 3rd goal of the quarter.
Well, that's where you need the ruckman to fill up the holes on the forward line and stop that lead. Gallagher, what he's doing is really a tap ruckman. He's taking it easy around the centre. He should be blocking the holes.
There's another one. 3rd goal to Jason Dunstall.
Puma Trinomic. There is no limit. No limit. No limit.
Hawthorn lead by 8 points, close to quarter time in the grand final of the Foster's Cup. Tremendous start. Gallagher gets the tap out. Clarkson can't get to it, but Pritchard can. And Pritchard for Hawthorn kicks towards half forward. Or McCarthy drops what he should have taken. He thumps it clear to Chandler. Chandler, a short pass out towards the wing. Clarkson. Ball bouncing, but in comes Lawrence with strong play. And he takes it over for a boundary throw-in. And Bernie Quinlan down on the boundary line. You have a report on Greg Deer.
Yes, Robbo. Greg Deer has injured his right knee. He's been taken up the race with the assistance of 2 trainers, and we won't see him back on the ground tonight.
Thanks, Bernie. Let's hope it is not too serious. Romero's kick is short. Jinky may take advantage of it.
Tackle.
He gets beautifully claimed. But they'll get out of it. Platten works well. Back to Deer, into the pocket. Dunstall a target. Dunstall he fires. And it just looks a little ominous in the last couple of minutes.
Well, really, North Melbourne had them on toast, Hawthorn. And I go back to halfway through that quarter when they came out of the back line. Langford and Collins both dribbled the ball along the ground. It really did show the pressure that was being exerted. But Hawthorn have really steadied now, and their skill is to the fore.
This for his 4th. He's pulled that to the left. And just sneaks it in from behind. So we're inside the last minute. 9 scoring shots to 5.
Don't hold!
Roberts to bring it back into play.
Don't be silly, mate.
Kick is wide. Martin used the body, couldn't take it. Gallagher attempts the tap on and is effective to Scholl, but his hand pass goes astray. Martin is forced to apply the tackle. Gallagher again. The big man has been busy in the first quarter. Finds Peter German. He's on the wing. Goes inside. Anthony Stevens running through the middle. Set sail. They want to mark here and get it. Long mile. This could just about be the last kick of the quarter. Here's a long kick of the football. He's going to go short.
Oh, good play. That was very, very good play. Number one, because German playing on that half-back line further up the ground ran into space, but also he just had enough intelligence, Longmire, not to go for goal and put it short.
There's the kick. It's an important one for North Melbourne. They want a goal and they've got it on the siren. So at quarter time, after a thrilling opening to this grand final, Hawthorn leads 4-5 to North Melbourne 4-2.
Today in the Territory, you'll see the world's oldest river. Get a bite of barramundi. Visit the world's oldest art gallery. Gorge yourself at Catherine. Sleep under 75 billion stars. Or under 5 stars. You see, there's nowhere in the world like your own territory.
Every second you wait, every minute you wonder about it, time is slipping away on the carpet called Short Time Only Sale.
Be quick for this luxurious sculptured heavy-duty domestic Berber. Sensational value at only $79 a metre. Or carpet 3 rooms for just $8.99 fully laid.
So take the time to save money on quality carpet.
The only thing as nice as a nice new carpet is having it properly laid.
Don't be late for carpet called Short Time Only Sale.
Carpet Call, the experts in the trade.
Happy birthday.
Food. Is it a Steggles?
Steggles chickens, with more meat and less fat. Steggles, the champion breed chicken.
Steve Fogarty was all set to buy the family a new Ford Corsair sedan when his wife Jan spotted the brand new Corsair liftback.
Come and have a look at this.
What are you doing over there?
Darling!
Steve pointed out the classic styling, powerful 2-litre engine and 4-wheel disc brakes. Jan liked the convenience of the sporty liftback.
Great fuel economy and value for money.
Finally, Jan drove off in the new Corsair liftback while Steve got the Corsair sedan and custody of the children. Now's the time to replace those unsafe tyres. Bow Repairs have pulled out the big rubber for big holiday reductions on our entire range of tyres. Australian-made steel radials are now only $54. We've rubbed $12 off the price. Olympic qualifiers now only $95. We've rubbed $14 off the price. Australian-made steel radials, you'd think we'd made a mistake. Now only $66, save $13. That's just part of the big rubber sale. Only at Bow Repairs and only for a short time. Hurry in before they're all rubbed out.
Join in Brash's New Zealand free-for-all. Spend $600 at Brash's and get 2 free return flights to New Zealand when you take up the discount accommodation offer. This is not a competition, and you'll still get the lowest prices in town. Save on Pioneer's 54-watt hi-fi with free CD player. Get a bonus 5-year warranty with this remote TV. Akai CD player just $199, and Brash's won't be beaten on Panasonic prices. Just spend $600 at Brash's and get 2 free flights to New Zealand. Brash's, the specialists.
For years, prices to Ayers Rock have been high. But thanks to deregulation, they've just come down. See a travel agent for details.
Just 3 points in it at quarter time of the grand final of the Foster's Cup for 1991. Hawthorn leading 4-5 to 4-2. And this crowd has built up in the last hour. And if we could take a stab in the dark, I wouldn't be surprised if we would nudge 40,000 packed in here at Waverley for this final. Let's go down to the boundary line for the coach's reports. Here's Gerard Healy. Gerard.
Yes, it was an intense Wayne Schimmelbusch that's urged his forwards to keep it open and to keep moving. He wants his wings to play up the ground and he wants his defenders to block the hole for Dunstall's leads. How about Hawthorn, Bernie?
Yes, well, they're very concerned about Dermot Brereton's right hamstring. The medical staff really paid a lot of attention to that. Lawrence must play in front at centre-half back. I said get the ball up to the forward line quickly because with Dunstall there, they won't beat him.
Thank you, gentlemen. Just about set for the second quarter. And we'll get an idea, perhaps if there is a breeze going to the left in this term, North will have the advantage. Gallagher again having a big charge at the ball. Can't get it out, however. It goes high towards the half-forward line. Lawrence and Carey doing some pushing.
That was a good effort by Carey again. At least he got up and created.
Whitman seemed to cop one in the head, but he's up and okay.
Oh, that was a bit touchy, wasn't it?
No, I think he had control of it, Ian.
Well, Longmire hasn't kicked a goal. He's North's full forward, while for Hawthorn, their spearhead Jason Dunstall has 3 to date. It's really been the difference. The kick goes deep in towards full forward. Over the top it goes. Jenke comes away for Hawthorn, and he runs through half-back. Kicks wide up towards Jarman, who takes it in front of his eyes. A master of the handball, he gets it on quickly to Langford, who's perhaps not quite quick enough on that occasion. Allen does well. Beautiful play. Langford has followed it down, but eventually is pressured out of room, and we'll see a throw in on the outer side.
Yeah, it's good play by Langford to come down the ground like that. Swab off the ground for Hawthorn, as we saw.
He must keep harassing. Every player must do his little bit with the harassing tactics. Otherwise, Hawthorn can chop you to pieces. Hall over the top. Larkin in there, putting pressure on, but Hall still gets his kick towards half-forward. And there's the champion at work again. Brereton to Morrissey to Allen. Allen's left foot kick into the pocket. Dunstall keeps his footing. A tap on. Morrissey to an open goal, but Smith gets back for North and hurries it through for a rush behind to Hawthorn.
It's just so important the centre-half back. You've got to be with your man. And again, McCarthy was behind, but Brereton, he could tap the ball as he did.
Roberts comes to this member's side. Not a bad kick out in front of Stevens. He's a left footer. It favours him. He gathers about 40 metres up towards centre wing. Crocker, who's very talented, goes with the hand pass to Stevens. Stevens into the pocket, and there's Carey again. He's proving to be very much a key player. 5 marks and 5 kicks, Wayne Carey. And at the other end, the key player for the Hawks, Dunstall, who's kicked 3, but Brereton, who has been a tremendous player also. Longmire can't get through, still got the footy. How long can you hold it for? Ayres, Whitman, sweeping hand pass. Jenke's a little slow, gets the hand pass away. Lawrence up against the boundary line. His handball is to no one, and the umpire gives the boundary umpire the all clear to throw it in.
It was a good effort by the Hawthorn backmen on that occasion. It looked dangerous as far as they were concerned, but they got there in numbers.
4 points the margin, favouring the Hawks. Down in front, a chance for Smith, again under tremendous pressure. And after North's boom opening, Hawthorn have hit back. 1 goal to Condon, 3 to Dunstall. For North, it's all singles. The high kick, Romero chasing. Has it now, Jose. What can he do at the bottom of the pack? Gives it away to Langford under pressure. He kicks wide, and it bounces over the line. Wayne Schwass.
The essence of Sandy is really pressure. If North Melbourne can keep the pressure on, because you don't usually see Langford bang the ball on his boot as he did on that occasion. Usually they've got time to steady and deliver the ball down, as we saw Jenke come out earlier and hit Jarman with it. You've got to keep the pressure on. That's what North Melbourne have got to do to this side.
Abbott tried to get it to Morrissey at the back. Oh, Romero copped a heavy one. Play on is the call, however. Larkin had a wonderful start, gives it to German. Shoots them well inside 50. The kick is a good one. And this time, John Longmire will have a shot for his first goal.
Well, really, you couldn't blame Langford on that occasion. He backed himself, and I think I would have done exactly the same thing, because he went out thinking the ball was going out wide, and Longmire did not make a lead at all. He just stood his ground, and fortunately, the ball fell in his arms.
And again, Larkin in the passage of play with a magnificent hand pass to German.
This for North to hit the front again. He's got it.
When I buy a van, it has to deliver. And I mean deliver. This new Mitsubishi Express does it better than ever. It's got tons of power, loads of space, and all the creature comforts. But at the end of the day, I'm running a business and I have to make money. That's why I buy Express. From who else but Mitsubishi?
So North Melbourne back in front by 2 points. They're 32, Hawthorn are 30. Second quarter, Foster's Cup, grand final. Rock and Platten. Platten gets his left foot to the ball, up towards half forward, and a clean mark taken by Tony Hall over Peter German. Very talented player, Tony Hall. Reputedly one of the best imports, exports, whatever you like to call it, out of South Australia in the last few years. Dunstall marks the kick. He's about 48 metres from goal.
Well, what Martin did on that occasion was try something different. You can't blame him for trying something different. He was about 10 metres in front of Dunstall to try and stop that lead. Remember, at quarter time, they had to block the lead. Well, he tried something, but the ball went out wide. He just couldn't cover it.
Dunstall going for goal number 4. Just across the face, and it's helped through for a behind to Hawthorn. So if we give that to Jason Dunstall, he's kicked 3 goals too. Roberts kicks into the members' side again. Good kick too, because he gives the player running with it a chance to keep going. It's swashed up towards centre wing. Jenky, crude tackle, allowed play to go on. Abbott goes back to Jenky. Crocker didn't keep chasing. Jenky's clear and gets the pass to Jarman. Jarman, look at the talent. Seems to have an hour to get rid of it. Hand pass is magnificent to Condon. Condon's left foot kick is perfect. And Hall again, who started on the interchange bench, marks 50 metres from goal. And there are Hawthorn players everywhere. Pritchard runs in. Drop punt kick across the face, but Hawthorn are going to mark again through Anderson. He's got a player loose. Kick is too high. North will get clear. Oh, bad effort by Martin. Platten. Opportunity now for Condon. Into the pocket. Good mark to Chandler. And North Melbourne, after looking at some anxious moments, will clear through their Dower defender, Jeff Chandler. The kick close to the boundary line is too close. It's over on the full. And Hawthorn will kick it back into their full forward area through Abbott.
Both sides making elementary mistakes.
Abbott centering it. Almost the mark to Dust. Martin hammers it out wide. Pritchard will be first to it. Stevens will be the one chasing. Jarman is there for support. Uses him well. He's a little too slow on that occasion. No, that's ridiculous. Anthony Stevens.
I know that's a rule. I know that's a rule, but boy, he made all the effort, that young fellow. Oh.
Jarman a little fortunate.
And you can get away with it in Adelaide, Sandy, but not over here.
Spirals a punt towards Brereton. Socket towards the boundary line by Roberts, and he's content to see it over eventually with a little bit of help from Anthony Condon.
Darren Harris warming up.
Alan Joyce feeling the early pressures of the 91 season. Stealing it, Schwass around his body. High kick, Gallagher looking for front spot. Wasn't trying to mark, just trying to swipe it on. Brereton hammers it high.
Push it! North, yours, Nick!
McMartin has been called by the umpire, as you can hear on our microphones. It's his ball. A push out.
You watch Hawthorn man up now. No loose North players for him to kick to. Must kick it to a pack.
He's got Brereton and Jarman lurking at the back. It's heading towards Brereton. Gallagher taps it over, but straight to Whitman. Thought about going short to Jarman, but then pulls it round his body. Centering to half forward. Staritsky under pressure, loses out to Allen. Ben Allen's kick in towards goal. Looks pretty good. Did he get a touch, Roberts? Yes, he did. One behind.
Must have been the faintest of touches.
I think it missed anyway. I think it bounced to the right of the goalpost.
Either way are behind. 4-8 plays 5-2. Michael Gallagher having a spell.
They've really got to preserve Michael Gallagher, Sandy, because they've been short of ruckman until he came over from Carlton last year. And if he stands up, he really is their best prospect. So they've got to look after him.
Roberts. Morrissey got front spot. Couldn't quite hold it. He's a freakish player, James Morrissey.
It was close, wasn't it?
He nearly took
that mark. when you wouldn't give him any chance whatsoever.
So a throw in 60 metres out. This game started at a frantic pace. They're going to enjoy the half-time break. Rock playing. Staritsky at the bottom. He may get pinged here. He will.
Yes.
The youngster caught. Deer short. It was Paul Deer. Finds Ben Allen.
There you go.
Got players streaming everywhere. Platten's on his own.
Take clear. Fine.
A little bit of a how-to-do behind play.
Germo. Tripped a couple, mate.
It's Anthony Stevens at the bottom.
Playtime at Waverley.
Yep.
Keep going back. Yep.
Still having a bit of a how do you do, James Morrissey and Anthony Stevens.
Just under 13 minutes remaining. There's another behind on the board to Hawthorn. There's just under 13 minutes remaining in this first half. Hawthorn have had their chances. 4-9.
Yep.
Plays a 5-2. And again, Roberts to bring it back into play.
Roberts goes to this members' side once again. A high drop punt kick. Nearly a mark out here to Martin. He's going to be under pressure, but he gets the hand pass away. Rock, good effort there by Platten. Rock tries to kick it off the ground. German's a chance. He's on the defensive side of the centre. He could take 2, 3, 4 bounces. There's no one in front of him. That's his third. Up to half forward. The kick across his body. Tries to centre it. Punched away by the Hawthorn defence. Close to the line in front of Carey and Lawrence. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Starinsky off for North Melbourne, and Liam Pickering coming on. He laid that heavy tackle at centre-half back, or Shepherd, on Condon to allow German to stream down the ground.
Some games there for North Melbourne in their coaching area. Schimmelbusch, Law, Dugdale and Laurie Dwyer. Oh, Crocker held when he didn't have it by air, surely.
Gee, the feeling is heated out there. You can see there.
That's Condon having a bit of a dip with Anthony Rock by the look of it. Crocker goes on with it, kicks it to the goal front. Longmire battles on hard, still pulled away by Langford.
That is not right now. I mentioned earlier, a lot of it going on holding. You still see there the altercation with Rock, and no, that's not Rock. It's Condon and Pickering. But there's too much holding. We saw Langford hold Longmire. Then the umpires have got to be aware of what's going on down the ground.
Hawthorn get it out. A combination finishes with Anderson. He kicks into the centre to Jarman. Look at that pass off the left. Brereton has got a player wide. Tony Hall into an open goal goes Tony Hall, and he has kicked the goal.
Who can you bank on when you get your first pay? How do you make it last for more than one day? Who can you bank on with a place of your own? It's not just the rent, it's the lights and the phone. Who can you bank on? Who can you bank on? Who can you trust? Who can you trust? You can bank on Westpac. Westpac, you can bank on us.
Hawthorn lead. Margin 7 points. Centre bounce once again. Romero and Platten working hard. Pritchard gets it out. Harris couldn't do anything with it.
I think that was a sympathy free kick. There's certainly one there for Romero before that. Now he's penalising Jarman or Platten. One of those Hawthorn players for throwing.
Paul Deer now in the ruck. We saw him contest the last bounce down with Abbott at centre-half forward.
Clarkson's kick is low. Jenke couldn't take it. Crocker gets a hurried kick down towards the 30-metre line. Can they mount something here? Jarman almost threw it out and it bounced back to him. You can hear the umpire continuing to call play on. Longmire gets free, pulls it round his body, and it spins away for one behind. One straight kick in it. Ayres. Back into play to Condon. Tucked in the back pocket. They'd all congregated in the middle. No one had broken, and Condon was clear. Tony Hall.
He took off from the centre of the ground when Condon had the ball. He was leading, it seemed like minutes before Condon got rid of the ball.
Has been busy. 7th kick. Brereton. James Morrissey, clever play. What sort of bounce will Martin get? He gets claimed by Dunstall. Then he bottles it up. He may lose it. He's lost it.
He was too slow. He did look behind when he gathered the ball and must have seen that Jason Dunstall was only a metre or so away. Tried to run back onto his right foot.
He wasn't penalised for that. He'll be penalised not for here, but when he follows up, which is there, he's not pushing the ball on, but was he allowed to push it on?
Well, that's the rule, hard and fast. Dunstall. Away to the left.
All clear, Rockets!
There are a lot of incidents where I think the umpire should use a little common sense and let the play go on. Because the player's intent wasn't to hold the ball up then. He had it held to him or knocked away from him.
15 shots to 8. Hawthorn lead. Harris, good mark. Excellent mark in front of Paul Deere. Must let go, Paul Deere, otherwise you may get 50 metres. Harris at half-back. Kicks it long, out towards the wing. One-on-one, Lawrence marks. Good one in front of Carey. And Stephen Lawrence, who started at centre-half back in the previous match against Essendon. He's back there after starting on the interchange bench tonight. Roberts flicks it out to Schwass. Kick down the ground, could be. No, he's coming back because Hawthorn had taken the mark out there on the wing through Johnny Platten. So the ball will come back to Wayne Schwass at centre-half back.
No, supers.
It's going to Carey, by the way.
Well,
no, again, McCarthy.
McCarthy has the free kick at centre-half back for North Melbourne. Dermot Brereton not minding the mark all that well, I wouldn't think, but the kick goes wide to centre wing. At the back, Lawrence. Hand pass. All Stevens just waiting. Chipping in is Schwass. Schwass, a long kick towards centre-half forward. Ayres can't quite make the ground, but he gets his hands to it, which was important in the passage of play. Pickering across his body, up towards full forward. Langford backs himself and does it pretty well, Chris Langford. The kick wide goes towards Jenke. Carey's there to harass him and forces it over for a boundary throw-in. Ray Jenke doing well for Hawthorn on that half-back flank and uses the ball when he gets clear, which is very important for the players up the field.
Ruck work again.
Hi, North Melbourne! Play on!
Free kick to Gallagher, but the advantage paid to Romero. And Longmire, one grab, can't complete it. Shrugs the tackle of Platten, swings round on the right foot. He's going short cleverly. He's got Larkin there. Matthew Larkin.
Come around, Matty. Matty. Come round. Keep coming. How do you?
The umpires are pedantic, aren't they, on that? They've moved him 1 yard to the right.
From 45 metres, Larkin. Pretty important kick, this one, and he's away to the right.
All clear.
Six points again, the margin.
They've kept Gary Ayres under a lot of pressure, the North Melbourne players up in that forward line.
My word. Here's deputising tonight for skipper Michael Tuck, Paul Deere, Carey, Lawrence, Rock, Collins.
Just the importance of players contesting. It was Darren Harris on that occasion who threw himself. Had he have not gone, he only got one hand to it, but had he have not gone, Hawthorn would have marked it off, could have marked and taken the ball away. You can see there a little bit of aggro, and Rock is not backward in coming forward.
Neither's the other guy.
So a bounce. Just about on the 50-metre line. Rock claim, but he gets it away. Clarkson sets sail up towards the forward line once again for North Melbourne. It bounces over the top, heading towards the boundary line. Longmire overruns it. Langford sweeping wide hand pass to Platten, almost set him up, but he heard the footsteps and was able to tap it over. Loses it to Romero. Jose sets sail for home and goals.
With 3 new narrow cab models, we've now got canters to accommodate everyone.
In this week's Sunday Age, you'll find your guide to the 91 football season. It's got previews and predictions, a special look at Jason Dunstall, player statistics, a rundown on your club, final team lists and much more. The Guide to Football 91. It all makes sense in the Sunday Age.
Jose Romero has kicked his second goal. There's Michael Martin receiving some instructions from the coach. Bounce back in the centre. Harris over the top, but Paul Deere stands his ground. Kick off the ground goes wide. coming from Lawrence. It's close to the boundary line. The race is on. Chandler and Ben Allen. In comes Clarkson. He may have even kicked it over on the full. No, he hasn't. It's been touched. Boundary throw-in will take place.
And Ross Smith now got the job at Jason Dunstall at full back. Scholl coming on to replace Longmire.
Height advantage maybe for Dunstall, Don. Harris over the top. Whitman goes to Anderson. Anderson looks further afield. The pass is all right. Burton in front. He knocks it to his own advantage. Round onto the right foot. Goes Dermot Burton up towards full forward. And Dunstall, sure hands, marks.
The problem's not there. The problem is with McCarthy. He's giving Dunstall, Burton too much latitude.
Well, the pass was all right that came in from Anderson in front of Burton. So he's such a strong man physically. So is this guy, Dunstall. Shooting for his 4th goal. He misses badly on this occasion. Away to the right. And I've marked him down now for 3 goals 4. Which could even be more than that. They've kicked 5-11 and I haven't got 11 behinds on my score sheet. So his kicking has been badly astray. Jason Dunstall. Roberts goes to the outer side.
Platten. To send Hawthorn into attack again. Anderson on his own. Well, the Hawks have certainly had their opportunities in front of goal. 5 goals, 11. 16 effective scoring shots to 10, but at the moment they trail by a point. And now Hawthorn leads by 7 points. First goal to Dean Anderson. 6-11 Hawk. North Melbourne 6-4.
Well, he's got an awkward kicking style for goal, Anderson. Watch this, the bent knee. Doesn't look as if he can cover much distance, but the accuracy certainly is there.
Been busy, Don. He's had 10 kicks.
Oh, he's always a busy player, a prolific possession winner for Hawthorn, playing as a ruck rover, changing half forward.
So 7 points, favouring the Hawks. Carey taps over the top. Whitman can't take it initially, but he's got plenty of backup support. The Hawthorn defence knitting together well. Back towards the wing. Allen.
He'll get 50 metres here. Tell you what, he was lucky. No stage did he look as though he's going to get away from his back.
Didn't give him 1 inch. Brereton's got to stand his ground. McCarthy in from the side. Schwass waiting down. Across to Roberts. Will go loose short towards Harris. May get the free kick for Pusher. Play on as the call.
Good umpiring. Great umpiring.
Pickering to Chandler. North inside 50. A push out? No. Longmire given the mark.
What was that push out scene against the North Melbourne player on the Hawthorn?
John Longmire has kicked 1. This goes into the square. Tap to the back and Jenke gives it across to Jarman. His handballing is a feature of his game. Langford and Hawthorn suddenly towards Tony Hall. Pritchard running right down the flank. Long into the pocket. Dunstall, but hammered away by Scholl.
He's now got the job on Dunstall, as we see there, and Smith being moved further up the ground.
Well, that's a little bit more of an even contest, I think, physically. Craig Scholl is quite a bulky player and has a little bit of height in his favour, as against Ross Smith, who even giving centimetres away to Tony Hall by the look of it down there at half-back. Boundary throw in left forward pocket for the Hawks. They lead by 7 points. We've got 4 minutes left. Roberts held by the leg, but he gets the ball to McCarthy. McCarthy clears for North Melbourne, back towards centre wing. A good punch there by Stevens. No, it was Pickering on Jarman, but Deer's there. Paul Deer, left foot kick. He can't kick with the right, so the kick goes across the face, in towards centre half forward. Hawthorn players fall over. North players stand up. Ross Smith gives it away to German. They must mount something here. They've got the numbers. Now, Schwass in the centre, there's a loose player, and he's going to be forced to kick long. Marking contest back there at centre half forward. Carey and Lawrence. The ball goes over the back. Harris gives it away. Stevens are caught with the ball. He's still got tackle. Now Larkin. Perfect handball. Carey, centre half forward. Short pass is brilliant. Rock marks well within scoring distance. Anthony Rock has kicked one. He's had 4 kicks and 2 hand passes. Allison, who started well in the first term, hasn't seen much of the action in this second quarter. Rock from nearly 50 metres. The kick is close, but it's through for one behind to North Melbourne. That's their 5th. They're 6-5. They trail by 1 goal. Hawthorn 6-11.
It's an interesting huddle the Hawthorn play. They've got a group at centre-half back and then another group get in the centre of the ground.
Langford goes to the outer side. And a great mark by Morris. Sweeps the handball wide. And they're able to run it out. Condon goes over the centre. Platten.
Good mark.
Well, injury problems last year. They look to be behind him. He'll be looking for a big year. Brereton gets front spot.
Sleeper! That's it! That's it!
Just too good.
Well, he didn't try the arms out, did he? Tried to use the body. Here, McCarthy.
I think Brereton just judged it better.
Will be kicking from just outside 50. Good looking kick that.
Great kick.
Great kick indeed. Goal.
The winner is Steve Vizard.
Congratulations, Steve. See you on Monday nights with Whispering Jack Farnham and John Young on Tonight Live.
Football.
Gary Ablett has decided to retire.
For Melbourne's complete footy picture.
I think if we got down to the MCG...
Sandy Roberts.
Mate, the first couple of games over here, sensation.
Drew Morford.
Good evening, everyone.
And Peter Landy.
Nobody knows news like 7.
Nightly at 6.
A critical couple of minutes now for both sides. Hawthorn just gaining a little ascendancy. North would dearly love a goal before half-time. Pickering's kick is high. Carey. Very exciting night for him. Inside 50. Out comes Longmire. Allison was going past. Clarkson backpedals and picks it up for him. Pulls it around his body. Partly smothered. Again, it's Whitman who brings it away. Finds Paul there. Can he get round Rock? Yes, he can. Sweeping it towards Hall. At the back is German. A short chip for Schwass. Can he get there? Ball is out of bounds on the foot. So Morrissey to take it.
Morrissey's kick towards half forward. 2-on-2. McDonald in front, can't mark. Smith gathers it. He still has the chance, but he's helped out Bell Roberts. Good little hand pass. Platten, good chase on German. German's kick to half forward. Crocker underneath it. Now North must get something out of this. Clarkson, disciplined kick to the front, and it is marked by Longmire. Now John Longmire.
He's further out than what Clarkson was when he let the ball go, Clarkson.
Well, this man really should kick this if he's going to be a top full forward. He's 50 metres out directly in front. His kick is swinging with the breeze, but not enough. And I suppose justice prevails. Hawthorn have kicked 7-11. Now it's North Melbourne's turn to kick inaccurately. They're 6-6. Gary Ayres comes into the members' side. 1-on-1. Langford over the top. Larkin. Langford has the football, but he's disciplined in his efforts to move it on. Collins. Anderson. Short pass. Hawthorn out of trouble. Seconds left in the second term. Condon has possession on centre wing. And these scores should remain intact when the siren sounds in just a few seconds. Rock has held. Kick off the ground there by Ross Smith, close to the boundary line. It goes over in front of Darren Harris, and that will be the half-time score. 7-11 Hawthorn. North Melbourne 6-6. When the ball is thrown in, the siren should sound. There it is. So at half-time, Hawthorn lead by 11 points. 7-11. North Melbourne 6-6. And one of the champions, James Morrissey for Hawthorn. Well, they're a team of champions, Don.
Well, as I said through the commentary, Ian, you just cannot afford to let up on Hawthorn because they are so skilled. The players lead into space with confidence, knowing that they're going to get the ball delivered on their chest or delivered so they can run onto it. They are a very, very skillful team. Brereton giving McCarthy a lot of problems at the centre-half forward position, moving around. Dunstall has had Martin taken off him, had Smith and then Scholes picked him up, but they're doing very, very well, this Hawthorn side. There's Rock going up the race. He's an aggressive little fellow. Also, Clarkson doing well, as so is Pickering for North Melbourne.
Well, at half-time, Hawthorn lead by 11 points. The Hawks 7-11-53, lead North Melbourne 6-6-42.
Academy Award winner Marlee Matlin. She's lost her husband. Now her possessive mother is trying to steal her little girl. In Bridge to Silence, Monday on 7.
How'd you go?
Only barramundi. How about you?
Just lobster, I'm afraid. You know what I fancy? A nice, lean rump steak.
Yes.
Sprinkled with lemon pepper, grilled each side. Served with golden brown potatoes and snow peas. Topped with asparagus and melted cheese.
Oh, yeah.
There's a nice little bistro in Cooktown.
How far's that?
Oh, couldn't be more than 500 k's. Yeah!
Today's steak. Can you imagine anything better?
Beneath the surface, your body never sleeps. Every minute, it grows 80,000 new blood cells. Every second, the cells of vital organs. Every microsecond, it generates electricity in the brain. To do this, it needs energy from carbohydrates, which include sugar. Sugar makes up a small part of this energy source your body depends on just to stay alive.
Right now, something big is happening at all gas and fuel showrooms. It's the only gas sale with huge savings on all gas appliances. But you better be quick. The only gas sale is only on until Easter.
The Roos are on the move. Watch the baby Joes of the 80s become the Kangaroos of the 90s as Operation Kangaroo Mark II swings into action. Join the North Melbourne Football Club as a member in 91. Remember, all proceeds stay with the club. Buy your membership now. Contact North Melbourne on 326-8666 for details. Operation Kangaroo and North Melbourne, the team of the 90s.
In this week's Sunday Age, you'll find your guide to the 91 football season. It's got previews and predictions, a special look at Jason Dunstall, player statistics, a rundown on your club, final team lists and much more. The Guide to Football 91. It all makes sense in the Sunday Age.
Next on Hinch, Caught in the Act. Our hidden camera show a policeman receiving a bribe from a woman because he claims he's arranged for her to avoid a jail sentence.
I think he should be kicked off the force and put in jail like I was and let him know what it felt like.
As far as I'm concerned, I didn't receive any money from the lady.
An exclusive report next on Hinch.
11 points, the margin here at Waverley at half-time, favouring Hawthorn, 7-11-53, North Melbourne, 6-6-42. Certainly plenty happening in the world of football. Plenty of practice matches in the lead-up to the first round of home and away matches. To find all that news, of course, we go to Scotty Palmer. And Scotty, a pretty fiery match between the Bears and the Demons.
3 players reported up there, Sandy, including Roger Merritt, the captain. They've got Mark Zanotti up there on the second charge, and also Richard Champion, the Adelaide recruit. There's also some injuries from that match. A real roughhouse match because Andrew Wops has got a fractured collarbone and poor old Stephen Clark's got a fractured jaw. And there's some other injuries too, so there's going to be a lot of repercussions from that match at Carrara.
Geez, had a bad run, Stephen Clark. Now, what about Collingwood, because they were hammered by the Cats?
50 points today down at the Condinia Park, and Lee said it now looks likely he mightn't have 8 players from the last year's grand final in the side for next Saturday. Darren Mullane did a thigh today, and he could be another one, but Lee said a couple of his boys are balancing on the edge of a sword because of their form.
Scotty, some people don't put a lot of credence in practice matches, but the Eagles followers, I think, would be laughing, would they not? They've notched up yet another victory.
Won their 4th on a trot over there in Perth today pretty easily. They won 18-21 to 12-11 against the Swans, and Warwick Kappa had to come off the ground with a severe case of asthma. The Swans didn't know he was a sufferer. It was a bit of a shock to them.
Well, let's hope that winter sets in quickly for him. And Carlton back on the winners list again, this time at the expense of Footscray.
Yeah, made mincemeat of the Bulldogs down there at Rosebud, 25-28 to 12-5, and Tony Liberatore made his comeback. Wigney got sick down there and was sort of coughing a lot, and Terry Weller said, we'll worry about next week best.
Scotty, the Lions' captaincy has been thrown into confusion. What's happening there?
It's one of the last ones to be decided, Sandy. We spoke to Richard Osborne today, and he said, I want the captaincy. I've been thinking about it for 6 months, and it'd be a real kick in the guts if I didn't get the captaincy. So there you are, Lions. He wants the job.
Ross Oakley has a number of guests down here tonight, Scotty, and you'll be interested to know that some are from New Zealand.
I heard about that, Sandy. Look, and he said, look, we've got New Zealanders here. Wouldn't it be lovely if we could take our game internationally? God bless us, we've just gone national. He's looking for go across the Tasman with it, Sam.
Scotty, keep punching.
Keep punching, mate.
Scott Palmer keeping us up to date with all that's happening in the world of football. We'll take a break. Be back with more shortly from Waverley.
I'm Jason Dunstall of the Hawthorn Football Club. For all your footy action, stay tuned to Channel 7.
Look at this. Doesn't anyone pay on time anymore?
Mr. Pritchard's office.
Fenton still hasn't paid.
It's Harrison's, about their account.
Haven't we paid?
No, Mr. Pritchard.
Well, I was going to query that one.
We've already tried that.
Well, perhaps we'd better.
Mr. Pritchard has approved your invoice.
Look.
Yes. Goodbye.
And this. How can we be expected to do business without...
The Sunday Herald. Diet Plan 2000, Part 2.
Safety switch.
Experience the International Motor Show.
A world-class exhibition of the best and latest in motoring design and technology.
She only wants to look at the Ferraris. That's all she wants to look at.
It's really good and I'd recommend anyone to come.
Great.
What's most interesting?
Oh, we've got a mixture of sedans, sports cars and recreational vehicles, including four-wheel drive.
There's a lot to offer for the family.
We're in the market for a car right now, so it's helped us to see a lot of different cars in one place.
Come, it's a great show.
See it all at the International Motor Show, Exhibition Building, last day Sunday.
Where's Casey?
She's in the car at the moment, all right?
I'm all right. It's not very bad. Can you remember it all? How the accident occurred? I was changing a tape. We were in a bit of a hurry. How fast were you going along here? Maybe we were going 85 or 90. I didn't realise what speed zone it is along here. Oh, my mum. Can you call my mum? Can I go and see her? It's best to stay here.
Just wait for them.
No, I really want to go and see her.
I'll come down.
Where is she? I can't even see her. She's not going to die. Tracy! I'm sorry, Tracy! Tracy! What if she dies on the way? Tracy! This friend and I killed her!
Well, look at this. People are finally paying their accounts.
Not before time.
Rang and reminded them of our terms. Even Fenton.
Even Fenton?
11 points favouring the Hawks at half-time. What did the coaches have to say in the long break? Let's go down to the Hawthorn rooms firstly. Here's Bernie.
Yes, Andy. Well, bad news for the Hawks and for Greg Deere because it looks like it's the end of the season for him. I spoke to the club doctor, Terry Gay, and he said it is cruciate and medial damage to the right knee, and that means a finish for Greg Deere for this season. Also, Dermot Burton is having some treatment for a injured right hamstring. Apart from that, it's all pretty quiet down here in the Hawthorn rooms. I know they've really got a game on their hands.
Yes, thanks, Bernie. Gee, that really is a blow for Hawthorn, and a tragedy for Greg Deere. It looks as though he will be out for the season. Very bad news indeed. And there he is there, looking somewhat disconsolate. And we certainly wish him a speedy recovery. Well, what about the North Melbourne room? Sometimes in these pressure games, it's difficult to get past a knock on the door. And I know that Gerard Healy's out on the ground. So, Gerard, first up, you didn't fare too well.
No, we couldn't get a camera in there, Sandy, but I managed to sneak in there for 2 or 3 minutes, and it was a very subdued atmosphere down there with quite a few worried officials walking around mumbling to each other. There were a number of players trying to encourage each other, encouraging themselves to increase their work rate, to chip the ball around and to get the Hawthorn players chasing them and not vice versa, as was the case then. And Anthony Rock has a fairly badly corked thigh, but the club doctor assures me that he will continue to play on.
Thanks, Gerard. Well, 11 points the difference. They're certainly well in it. Well, there was some wonderful entertainment here tonight prior to the game. Broderick Smith entertained us with Australia's favourite sons, and I'm happy to say that hot off the video editing machine is a brand new football song simply called Let's Play Football.
Field, an umpire stands. He's got a ball raised up in the air. He's waiting for a siren to ring. Siren to ring. In the streets of any suburb, in any country town in Australia, little children are dreaming the very same thing. It's a national obsession. This is the greatest game in the world. Let's play football. It's a national obsession. Football. Let's play football. The season, a captain stands with a cup raised in the air. The winner of the greatest game in the world. Put your feet up. Let's play football. Try and relax. It's football time. Let's play football.
Let's play football, 1991 style. And I can tell you tonight, with the first round of home and away matches getting underway next week, that the hierarchy of the Adelaide Crows are interested viewers here at Waverley. Of course, they come up against Hawthorn at Football Park. Next Friday night, you'll be able to catch that live on 7. We'll take a break. Back with more shortly.
G'day, this is Mark Brayshaw from the North Melbourne Kangaroos backline. The only place to get your footies on Channel 7.
Did well, didn't they?
Dollars holding steady then?
Tokyo's open.
Go short with the greenback.
There's no need to understand the money market to get money market-related interest rates.
Seen the BBR price?
All you need is $5,000 and a cash management call account from the bank.
Hot money?
Close out.
Take a profit. Time?
Could your car insurance get you out of this?
It could be serious.
Who do I call out here at this hour?
Aussie Assist, how can we help you?
Only RACV comprehensive car insurance now includes Aussie Assist, a unique 24-hour helpline. Prompt action that could save a life.
Don't worry. We know a doctor that can help you. We'll call ahead and let him know you're coming.
Remember, Aussie Assist is free with RACV comprehensive car insurance. Switch your policy now.
I feel better. I feel better.
There's never been a better time to say hello to Medibank Private, because right now, for a short time, we're waiving our initial waiting period for hospital cover. And if you ring now, you could win 6 months membership absolutely free. No initial waiting period and the chance to win 6 months free membership. How do you feel?
I feel better now.
The Sunday Herald, Diet Plan 2000, Part 2.
There is no limit. No limit. No limit.
The problem with most small video cameras, uncontrollable shakes. But now, Panasonic's VHS Gyro Movie takes out the shake, even on the move. The Panasonic VHS Gyro Movie also features high-speed precision autofocusing and a unique digital snapshot recording.
Just how you like it. Stirred, not shaken.
The world's first gyro movie from...
Sports World Football Panel returns to start 1991 tomorrow morning, and looking ahead to next week, of course, the first round of AFL home and away matches starting on Friday night at Football Park. The Crows play host to the Hawks. So here we go. Second half, and it's the Hawks leading the Roos by 11 points, 53 plays 42. And we'll see if Don Scott can pick up any changes made by both sides in a moment. But here's Jenke going long with a spiral punt kick down towards the forward line. Dunstall gives it away to Allen. Allen onto the left foot, but he's wide.
Well, they've got Tony Hall playing at centre-half forward, Hawthorn, and Michael Martin's gone out to pick him up. Scholl's still got the job on Dunstall.
7-12. Plays 6-6.
And interestingly, Mark Roberts is on the interchange bench to start the third quarter for North Melbourne.
Kick back into play to the defensive 50-metre line over the head of Storitsky. Pushed out wide. Pritchard will take this going past, but Larkin gets him and gets him well. And eventually the ball just rolls over the line. The Hawk bench, Peter Schwab in the middle. Paul Abbott on the left. Young Paul Hudson on the right, and the North King. Throw in. Right forward pocket for Hawthorn. Barrett going up with the right hand. Tony Hall brought to the ground well by German. Martin gives it back to Peter German. And the Roos get out of trouble. Going back to the half-back flank, only as far as Platten. A standing start, so the kick goes high in the air. No one able to take it cleanly. McCarthy having trouble. Anderson bumped out of the way, and then McCarthy runs into a tackle. His claim.
Good effort by young McDonald there, the #1 draft choice, 2 years ago now, that Hawthorn picked up.
Martin and Brereton. Hall chipping in front. Gets it out the back door, but Larkin weaves his way through the pack. Kicks wide to the wing. Jenke is there, however. Doesn't get a favourable bounce. Does have assistance in the form of Deere. Jenke again, wasn't a good tackle on that occasion on Ross Smith. He was able to get free and kick down towards Clarkson at half forward. Puts North inside 50. Whitman pushes the bouncing ball along in front of him, defending well. Good shepherding sees Whitman clear, and he gets Hawthorn out of trouble, back towards the wing. Anderson is there, so too is Larkins. Larkins now with Smith. With him is Condon. Good pressure. McDonald, a high kick, close to the boundary line. Difficult one to grab, and Allen did extremely well.
Ben Allen for Hawthorn, he's kicked 2 behinds. Hasn't quite been as productive tonight as he has been in the previous couple of games for the Hawks. Dunstall drops the mark. Chipping in is Hall. Clever. Kick across his body into the pocket. Ramiro goes back, but Anderson stands his ground. And Dean Anderson marks only metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle.
He's a long time in that forward line by himself, Anderson. A lot of the North Melbourne players starting to run second. Conversely, the Hawthorn guys willing to put themselves in front and make the play.
Gee, out on centre wing, Larkin did everything on his own. Anderson kicks for goal, and he makes no mistake. So
With 3 new narrow cab models, we've now got canters to accommodate everyone.
Two goals to Dean Anderson.
Come on!
Margin out to 18 points. Gallagher trying to win it out of the middle. They can't let Hawthorn get the next one. They're giving themselves a mighty start.
He ducked his head!
You could hear the umpire say he ducked his head. Carey couldn't take it. Ayres spoons it forward, giving it to Condon. A surge it back towards the middle. Whitman. Well, he held on to it long enough. Gallagher couldn't take it cleanly. Condon tried to sock her off the ground. So too did Romero. Carey applies the tackle. The decision there. No hope, said the umpire.
Good tackle,
A little bit soft around the ground, Michael Gallagher. He should put himself in more and be more aggressive at the ball. He just seems to stand back that little bit and not create for the smaller fellas.
Bounce again. Gallagher beaten on this occasion. Romero can't get clear. We'll have another bounce.
No, he didn't. He fell forward. Come on, Chris. Come on, pass.
The Hawks chasing their 4th night flag in 7 years. That was almost thrown out. And eventually finishes over the line.
I think the next 5 or 6 minutes is going to be very important for North Melbourne, because if Hawthorn happen to kick 1, maybe 2 goals, the gap could be very difficult.
Graham Corns, Michael Taylor with the binoculars, Jeff Southby, that's the South Australian hierarchy, having a look, because they've got the Hawks next week at Football Park, and I would imagine that will be packed. Larkin's hand pass goes straight to Pritchard. High kick round his body.
That's good positioning by Chandler in front. That's all you can do in pressure games.
Gives it to Martin. Whitman.
Tell you what, he's an underrated player, this guy.
Certainly lifted in the 3rd quarter.
Chris Whitman goes across half-back. And 2 North players flying at the back. They had the numbers, and they've got Carey just outside 50.
Don, why wouldn't you say that's 50 metres? The man's going to take the mark. Collins comes in and knocks him to the ground. Isn't that a penalty?
Oh.
Well, he's got
so much straight.
And that one slewed off the side of the boot, and the mark was taken by Anthony Condon.
Condon goes to Collins, and Collins was the culprit just a few seconds ago. But the player's allowed to go on. Great gather by Allison, round onto the left foot. Little pass is nifty, effective. German, a little Larry, Larkin, back to German, left foot kick. He spotted someone in the pocket, and it's Pickering. Handball over the top, into goal goes Clarkson and misses. Well,
I think I might have just slowed down and had a shot at goal from that position. I think most players would have done exactly the same thing.
So maybe just a little bit of inexperience there by Liam Pickering. And Clarkson not quite quick enough to get the football down onto his foot. So Langford now with the duty to kick it back into play. He goes straight up the ground. North Melbourne got the numbers there. Carey marks in front of Lawrence. And North really need to get the next goal. Carey looking for the torpedo punt kick. It's fairly effective, but in front is Condon, and he takes a safe mark on that last line.
He goes short. Going to be all right. Morrissey, who's covering plenty of ground in that defensive area, goes out wide in front of Tony Hall. Martin is with him. Martin keeps the ball in play. Ayres, good body work. Condon, high kick. Jarman, great use of the body, and he's quick to play on. He could see players loose running down that forward line, and there's a stream of them. Ben Allen, inside 50. Shepherd from Brereton is good. Allen shoots for goal and misses.
Well, when Jarman got that ball, there were 3 Hawthorn players making position further up the ground. 1 North Melbourne player.
Well, the first question I would ask is, what happens when North Melbourne get possession of the ball? There's got to be some loose North players too.
3 behinds to Ben Allen for the night. Gallagher in front, well fisted away by Paul Deere. He'll be keen to lift his work rate for his brother.
He's very competitive, Sandy Paul Deere, even though he's rather shy on centimetres, but a great competitor.
Certainly is. Gallagher has an airy. Allen to Pritchard. Clever play. Just a gentle little stab into the pockets. Good for Dunstall.
What a mark.
Well, he propels himself in the air and he's able to sit there somehow in front, isn't he, for a moment? And use of the body keeps that defender out.
I think it's the backside. If you see him bend his... he bends his body in half. The backside sticks out and keeps the player away from the marking contest.
This for number 4, and this to make it very tough for North Melbourne. Missed again.
He hasn't been the most accurate in this night series, Dunstall. He's kicked 3, 5 and 3, but he's also kicked a lot of points.
Yeah, I suppose
that's his fifth point tonight.
And they're the shots that Jason Dunstall in past years, you've marked him down for a goal as soon as he's taken the football. Craig Scholl. Oh, who was that jammer? Hung in the air. The aerial skills pleasing the big crowd here at Waverley. Darren Jarman now. Dunstall gives the lead. Jarman still has the footy. Too far out to score. He's going to pump it in long with the torpedo. It gets into the square. Brereton nearly marks. Ball off the ground, attempted. It's rushed through. Trey Hawthorn behind.
Well, the Crows hierarchy who are here tonight would have watched that, and of course the Jarman boys will be opposed to one another next week on opposite sides, and that's what they're up against.
I tell you what, Gary Buckenara wore that number.
Yeah.
And Hawks haven't lost anything, really, have they? Even though Bucky was a tremendous player.
Clarkson gets it away to Martin. North having trouble penetrating their forward zone or the Hawthorn defence. It's just so strong. Anthony Conlon's kick is high to half forward. Brereton has it fisted away. But they mount something here. Crocker on the end of the hand pass. Morrissey chasing. Crocker goes wide towards Allison. And he's off. He's a speedster. He's inside 50. They desperately want a goal. And he hits the post.
I don't think there's any doubting that Brett Ellison thinks he's a bit quicker than Gary Ayres.
Also showed up that he hasn't got a right foot too, because if you're both side, well, the two-sided player, you really would have cut down the time if you had a right foot.
Chris Langford has constantly gone down the middle tonight, and there's another one. Just gone a little astray. Alistair Clarkson forcing his forward to prop Longmire, and he did it well.
A great mark.
Langford to get the fist there on that occasion, but just misjudged it.
I think, Don, when you see two big guys jostle like that, and one out jostles the other, you really have to...
hand. Look at him, just... you might even get another shot. The hand of these guys holding on when the ball's not in the vicinity.
Longmire going for his second goal. They desperately want it. Oh, that's straight through the middle. That's what they want.
Oh, good. Hot enough, yeah, it certainly is. What'll be, fellas? Boss's light, thanks. So, yes, it's time to move to a new one. Oh, no, just out of me. I don't know. Happens every time. Better make that too.
Only one light beer goes over the top for taste. Foster's Light.
Johnny Longmire's kicked 2 goals. The leading goal scorer on the ground is Jason Dunstall. He's kicked 3, but he's also kicked 5 behinds. Up over the top, Deer. Now North might get a chance to clear through German. His kick is a shocker. Really should have made more of that, Peter German. To half forward, and Jenke over the top of Larkin. Had the sit on Matthew Larkin, and he thumps it over for boundary throw-in. Hawthorns, Alan Joyce, John Hook, Brian Coleman. Anxiously watching their charges. Plenty of money at stake, plenty of prestige at stake. The young Northerners are taking it up to Hawthorn. They could get clear again. Gallagher, talented, right foot kick. He's a natural left footer. It goes 40 metres. And a mark to Carey. Plays on. Oh, bad. Wayne Carey, I think you'd be disappointed with that. The ball is with Anderson at half back. Looks to short pass. Now elects to go long. Towards centre wing on this member's side. Big punch by Martin. Paul Deer has the football. Short pass, good. Vision was excellent. McDonald, Allen, over the top. Platten, inside 50. Platten goes for goal. A high kick to the goal line. Scholl collects the football. He'll run away. Who's he got to kick it to? In towards the centre. Gatherers by Allison. He lets it go. Now Stevens goes back to Allison. Somehow he gets past. He's still got the footy, but he gets his right foot to it. Martin, kick off the ground. Deer collects it forward of centre. He's caught. The handball, ineffective, but Allen flips it out to Jenke. Hawthorn have numbers everywhere. Jenke's kick is beautiful. Dunstall runs onto it and marks in front of Scholl. And what did Craig Scholl do?
Gee, you can lead with confidence if you're a forward in this Hawthorn side. The way that ball was delivered by Jenke. Terrific stuff.
Craig Scholl was right on Jason Dunstall's ginger, but there was nothing he could do. And now Dunstall has the chance to kick his fourth. He's right on the boundary line in the left forward pocket. 40 metres out, and the kick is very close, but he misses just to the left to register his sixth behind. He's kicked 3-6. Hawthorn have kicked 8-16. North Melbourne 7-8. And the fans are being treated. Even though the scoring is low, it's a very interesting game.
Craig Scholes, kick back out, finds Peter German on half-back. Swings it over the wing. Allison at the back. Edged out by Lawrence. McDonald does well, gets it back to Lawrence. His kick goes astray over. North, if they could get another one here, are back in business. Mann's kick goes high to the half-forward line, only as far as Jenke. Off to Whitman. Gets his kick just in time.
He missed him. He missed him.
Play on call. Yardage paid with Condon on the wing. Anderson now. Looking for someone going past. Finds Gary Ayres, the acting captain. Pushes it into the pocket. Dunstall is there. Brereton is there. Hall's waiting in the square. Doesn't go that far. Beautiful play. Pritchard.
A really good centre. A great centre.
But they don't miss, do they, Don? Very rarely. I mean, both sides of the body. The Dunstall, the Brereton, the Pritchard, the Hall. Anderson perhaps a little lacking, but Morrissey, they've all got just great skills on both sides.
Darren Pritchard going for his first goal. I think he snuck that home. He has.
You are officers and gentlemen. If you must fornicate, at least take off your shoes and socks.
When it all began, it was an incredible adventure.
I think we're going to enjoy this war.
They wanted action, they wanted thrills.
That was just a dummy run.
But now the game's turned deadly.
I'll kill the bastard! Go! Go! Go!
Australia's Tom Burlinson stars in Piece of Cake begins Wednesday.
First goal to Pritchard, margin out to 20 points, favouring the Hawks. Deere couldn't take it cleanly. Carey, long this time, up towards full forward, and waiting there reliably is Andrew Collins.
Langford shepherding well behind play to allow Collins to mark that. Shepherded Longmire out of it.
Collins around Pickering to the half-back flank. Players supporting players. Condon, a short little chip up towards the wing. Could come unstuck on this occasion.
Good umpiring, because if he didn't grab Allison, Allison was going to get through, collect the ball, and away he went.
And Allison didn't want the ball either, did Condon, I don't think, on that occasion.
Goes short to Smith. Look at that kick. Wide over. One behind. Well, a goal there, and that certainly would have lifted them. 19 points the margin. And the North camp, John Dugdale in the middle. Collins. Towards centre wing. Martin with a fist. Collins again. Overruns it. Morrissey tries to poke it out the back door. Abbott gets a short kick towards Hall. Crocker goes through him. And can't keep it in, however, so I throw it.
I know it's easy to criticise when you're up here, but Darren Crocker probably could have done a little bit more with that, I think.
Virtually on the wing. Under 7 minutes of this third quarter remaining. Morrissey round his body. In towards the middle. Paul Deere down towards Platten and Hall. Platten beaten for it. Played by Chandler. Into the middle once again. Gallagher does well. Sprints away. Kick lets him down. Puts North inside 50. But Hawthorn, look, they've got the numbers. Holding on.
Yes, Pickering must get a free kick.
Collins asking for holding the ball, not to be. To full forward, just a fraction too high for Longmire. Lawrence, Abbott, Whitman, they're out of strife again. The machine's at work. Whitman bounces his way up towards the middle, kicks to half forward, looking for Brereton. Chandler comes out and affects the spoil. Allen through, so too Smith. Now North steady through Romero. The hand pass is wide. McCarthy twists out of trouble. Heads back towards centre half forward with a good long kick. Jenke almost completed the mark. German wants someone going past. Storitsky inside 50. Justin Storitsky shoots and misses.
That's the difference, Sandy. If Hawthorn take it down there into the ground and they get a player in the clear like that, generally they pump it through for a goal, and North have let themselves down there.
And Rock off the ground, we saw that, and another change being made by Hawthorn. Morrissey off, Hudson on. Storinsky coming back on, and he was a little all at sea at the start.
Langford's kick a bit too long. Nearly a mark there to Larkin, but Hawthorn will get out of it. And Anderson. Right foot kick towards centre half forward. McCarthy high, can't mark. Martin at the back. Kicks it back in towards the centre. North really need to take possession here. Under pressure, Whitman from Carey. Flip on by Anderson. Larkin, sweeping hand pass, goes to Ramiro. North Melbourne, what can they get out of this? Up towards centre half forward. At the back, German, but Jenke has tapped it to his advantage. Good play by the defender. Sweeping hand pass. Platten just misses it, but he's able to recover. Kicks it wide, one-on-one. Oh, high fly mark, couldn't control it. Tony Hall. Kick towards full forward, Dunstall. Chandler gets back, under pressure, smothered by Allen. Hawthorn forwards working very, very hard. Allen's underground hand pass, Dunstall gets the football, can't get it away. Scholl can. Kick off the ground, goes back towards the wing. You must go harder. It was Stevens. Now the umpire will bring it back.
Free kick because on that Shepherd, Harris laid the Shepherd, but to get around him, Abbott pulled him around the neck.
Harris's kick wide towards the wing. No, great mark taken by Carey over the top of Lawrence.
He's not going to layer eyes this time.
He's on centre wing. Ball was touched. Good kick very close to the man on the mark.
Yes, on the back.
Obvious, wasn't it, Don?
Justin Storitsky to take it. Still outside 50. And there you can see. Right into him. So the youngster will centre it. His target is Longmire. But a good run at the ball. They can tap on here. This could be positive. Oh. Can he take it? Almost caught him unawares. Now Romero. Pressure from Langford. At the bottom, Ayres. Gary Ayres gets it out. And Platten says thank you from Condon. And away they go. Hudson. Back to centre wing. Paul Deere. With him is Mann. Deere tries to get past Larkin. Can't do so. Well played by the skipper. Gets it across to Clarkson. Shepherding sees him clear. Centres looking for Storitsky. And Longmire coming out late. In front of the pair of them was Andrew Collins.
Have a look at this.
He's got players running everywhere. Anderson is on the outer side. He can go short and does so now to Hudson. Can size up his options. The kick is a poor one, however. It may still work. Tony Hall. It will still work.
Michael Martin should have marked that ball.
Ben Allen almost directly in front from 50 metres, going short again into the pocket. Look at this loose checking. Pritchard on his own. Kicked a goal a few moments ago, Darren Pritchard.
There he is, Darren. I wondered if the fat lady, Sandy, is starting to get up on the podium.
I think she is just about there now. The kick from Pritchard is a fine kick, and she's just started singing.
The Australian sun's hot enough to fry an egg. And it soon cooks ordinary house paint as well. But what'll scientists beat the sun with a finish that lasts years longer? What'll Solar Guard? Solar Guard's blended from pigments and polymers so superior, they block out UV rays to make it last for donkey's years. And it washes up in water. So now the sun can fry your eggs, but not your paint. What'll Solar Guard? What'll they think of next?
2 minutes left in the third quarter. And Hawthorn lead by 4 goals. There's Paul Deere.
And Hall's gone off the ground, and Barry Gavin went with him, so he could be injured, Tony Hall.
Jarman gets the ball out of the centre. Anderson running hard. Hudson gets it away from Crocker. Nearly the smother by Crocker, but the kick goes to Brereton. Skillful across his body. 50-metre kick to the goal front. Abbott punched away by Chandler. Races on. Allen and Chandler. Allen handballs him to himself. Great tackle, Chandler. Should have been rewarded because he caught the player with the football in possession, and the umpire calls for a boundary throw-in, and Bernie Quinlan has a report on, unfortunately, Tony Hall.
Yes, Robbo, another hamstring to report for Hawthorn. Tony Hall off the ground, damaged left hamstring.
Brereton goals for Hawthorn, and that's 5 goals the difference. Brereton has kicked 2. Hawthorn 82, lead North 52 in the dying stages of the third quarter.
And Michael Martin going off for North Melbourne. I don't think he's fit either. And he's going to be replaced by Mark Roberts as Brereton goes in and kicks Hawthorn's 11th. Roberts seemed to, Martin seemed to be favouring the leg.
Under a minute and a half remaining in this third quarter. The Roos have the job ahead of them in the final term if they're to snatch victory here. 5 goals the margin. It's a red-hot decision. That's the way it's going to be this year. The umpires have made it quite clear.
You had the ball, you got swung, you still had it when you're on the ground. Holding the ball.
And then I'd love to see the umpire get into that position.
That's what I was just thinking.
And get rid of the ball.
The same thing.
That's the problem that you've got. They just don't understand the difficulties that the players have got.
Jarman short to McDonald. Still virtually in the middle. Good long kick up towards the half-forward line. Fisted defensively towards the boundary line. And socket off the ground. The bounce just inside the line. So a throw-in to take place. Under a minute remaining. Wayne Carey certainly covering plenty of ground. He heads back to his rightful spot now after soccering that ball clear. Condon. Romero. Just put ball to boot. More in hope than anything on that occasion. Clarkson to Harris. Over the top, Stevens. He goes back inside once again. Got the runners down the middle of the ground. If they can get one here, it'll be very, very handy close to siren time. But there's the steadier, the skipper.
The kick not penetrating enough.
No. Hudson has been busy since coming on. And some valuable work. Deere. 10 seconds remaining. Platten at the back. Pushes in towards the pocket. Coming to me, it is Dunstall. McCarthy over the line. And that will just about be the third quarter.
Here we go, man.
Have the throw in. Time on is signalled again. And fisted down towards Ross Smith. And there is the siren. It's three-quarter time. Hawthorn looking for their 4th win in 7 years. 11-16. 82, leading North, 7-10-52.
Yeah, Tuesday, 50,000 service. Can we have it by 8? And the price, hang on, I'll tell you exactly. If we find a problem, we'll give you a ring. Customer says you can put it on. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, well, you know those backyard boys. But we guarantee. Yep, that's with Jackaroo. Oh, we guarantee you'll love it. Not a problem. See you Tuesday.
Introducing the Chicken Burger.
Chicken burger?
Hungry Jack's new flame grilled chicken burger.
Flame grilled?
That's right, flame grilled chicken burger.
Tender, juicy chicken grilled over the flame with fresh tomato, lettuce, topped off with a tasty savoury sauce and wrapped in an oat bran bun.
Okay, got it.
Then get it at Hungry Jack's.
Hungry Jack's.
This is Bill Jeffers. Bill is a pharmacist. He's going to tell you about the Here to Help Stop Smoking program available from your local pharmacy.
I'm not a pharmacist.
Bill, you're a pharmacist.
I'm not. I'm just an actor in a white coat. In fact, I'm not even an actor. I'm just the brother-in-law of the person that wrote this commercial.
No, you're a pharmacist. Look into the camera and explain how the Here to Help Stop Smoking program can help you say goodbye to nicotine.
I can't. Only a real pharmacist can help you stop smoking. Advertising is an illusion.
When you really want high interest from a major bank, go to Citibank. Earn a bonus 15% for the first 30 days, then top competitive interest after that. You'll have direct access to your money at over 2,000 automatic teller machines, plus a checkbook as well. Citibank's cash management account is smart banking. 15% for the first 30 days, top interest rates after that. More than an ordinary at-call bank account, it's a Citibank account.
It will be the mother of all matches. Hawthorn will cream them.
I categorically disagree.
Ha! North Melbourne have no chance. They're just a bunch of Nancy boys.
I can't comment on that. I think the outcome will be very different indeed.
Whichever side you back, don't miss the free footy tipping chart in the Sunday Sun. With the entire year's fixtures, it's perfect for any office.
Even an oval one.
Ha! Get your free footy tipping chart in this week's Sunday Sun.
Hello, Julie. Thanks for putting me on to Nappy Sand. It's amazing. You know how dull that white blouse was? Well, you should see it now. It looks brilliant. I soaked Steve's shirt in Nappy Sand too, and the yellow's gone. It's really white again. And I was going to throw it away. Oh, and the kids' sports gear, that was in a real mess. But Nappy Sand got the stains out, no sweat. I couldn't believe it.
Nappy Sand brings them back to white.
Fantastic.
Three-quarter time here at Waverley. Hawthorn 11-16-82. Saying to North Melbourne, catch us if you can. 7-10-52. A margin of 5 goals. So North want the first couple. Wayne Schimmelbusch and John Dugdale talking to their charges. Great sporting action continuing to come your way on 7. Of course, the Kmart Classic is underway. Don't forget, check your local guides for telecast times. And on the subject of basketball, well, the NBL season just around the corner and all that action coming your way on 7. Well, I saw Jared Healy there listening to Wayne Schimmelbusch and North at three-quarter time. What did he have to say, Jared?
Well, it was a vocal Wayne Schimmelbusch who was emphatic that North Melbourne had nothing to lose. There was 30 minutes to go in this game and they are still a huge chance to win it. Bernie?
Yes, well, Alan Joyce said movement is the key to the Hawthorn game. Get the running players moving. Use Paul Deere, the mobile ruckman, because he can get away from the North Melbourne slower ruckman. Get the ball into the forward line quickly, not too wide into the pockets, straight down the middle and use Jason Dunstall.
Well, Don, I guess the key is that North really want the first couple of goals, don't they?
Well, they've got to get the break out of the centre again. We see there Greg Deere on screen, but they've got to get the break as they did initially and start attacking once again.
So here we go. Final quarter of the 91 Foster's Cup. Hawthorn go into it, leading by 30 points. Play on the call. Condon loses it. Whitman chasing his Clarkson, putting the pressure on him. McDonald, high kick. Difficult one to mark. No one is able to. Crocker through, but without the football, just pushing forward. Hudson now under pressure from Chandler. McCarthy overruns. Anderson too. May get another chance. He's surrounded by Northerners. Crocker heads for the boundary line. Chandler sees it roll over.
Makes a few mistakes, McCarthy, doesn't he? He overran that ball then. You can't afford to do that on the back line.
Actually, Crocker and Chandler both falling over. It looked as though they may have been critical.
Well, Hawthorn have it in their attacking zone just.
Thanks, Timmy.
I guess in this pre-season, at least the coaches have got a chance. Like North have been fantastic. They're within 5 goals. They've still got 30 minutes left, but there's a lot that the coaches can look at that these youngsters surely can learn from watching replays.
Shepherding.
By who?
Illegal shepherding. Going the way of McCarthy.
Obviously against Burton, against his opponent. Not letting him get into the ruck contest.
Kicks over the centre. Oh,
that's a good mark.
High mark by Deere. Well, his brother's sidelined with a serious knee injury. He's playing well. Oh, Pulling down a one-hander is Roberts. It just stuck across the ground to German. And he's away. So too North Melbourne. Inside 50, but cutting it off once again is Andrew Collins.
Oh, there's a real heavy tackle Shepherd being laid on Longmire.
McDonald off to Collins. Down towards the half-forward flank, Ben Allen. Pulls it in towards Brereton. Used the body. Scholl gets the bounce. Tries to keep going through, but gets caught by Morrison.
Oh, now the umpire, why can't he understand that there's nothing that Scholl could do whatsoever to get rid of that? And Craig Scholl indignantly, look, what can he do to get rid of it? Morrissey had the football.
Nothing. I don't know. Frustrating.
Well, Don, somewhere the coaches have got to go back to the umpires and say, you must understand these
There's a more critical one going on. We saw a heavy shepherd being laid behind screen. They should look at these heavy shepherds.
Morrissey's kick. Across the face of goal. Brereton, Dunstall at the back. Romero over the line. And this crowd of 46,629 certainly getting their money's worth.
Right forward pocket for Hawthorn. Up over the top, Morrissey. Platten doing the roving. Larkin gathers the ball nicely. Can he get through? Yes. Handball is good. Chandler over the top, Crocker. Further back in towards centre half back, German. Running down the middle of the ground. Now you must do something with this Peter German. He's had 4 bounces now. He's running towards centre half forward. His 5th bounce. Approaching 50 metres. A long kick is magnificent. And it was not rewarded. Gee whiz, that could have lifted North, but unfortunately missed to the left. 7-11 plays 11-16, and Chris Langford urging the players to give him a lead, one way or the other. But all players covered. Here's Lawrence running to the members' side, but he goes straight in towards centre half back. Attempted punch away by Crocker. The ball goes through. Jarman. Little right foot kick by Jarman out in front of Allen. Chandler the tackler, gets the handle away. Jarman tackled well by Chandler. Good stuff by the North Melbourne defender. Ball bundled over for a boundary throw-in.
Chandler wouldn't have seen it, but it was a 3-on-1 situation. And as you said, Ian, a good tackle by Chandler because Hawthorn had the numbers around the ball.
Under 17 minutes remaining in this final term. Crocker at the bottom, did try and get it out. Platten, Romero soccers off the ground to Larkin. Goes back inside. Now here's a chance for Romero, who followed it down. Took it from Harris. Jose sets sail to the forward line. Longmire couldn't take it. Whitman out to Ayres. He's caught and well caught by Clarkson. Jenke tries to storm his way through the pack. Back to Longmire. Shoots in towards full forward. Whitman there on the last line of defence. He's got time to slip, regain his footing, kick out towards the half back line and find Anthony Condon. Platten's wide. John Platten towards Jarman. The South Australians combine. Jarman kicks, he just pops it round his body. And McDonald marks just outside 50. Pritchard into the pocket.
Thanks, Steve-O. Quick, mate. On the line.
And again, running in front of the ball, the Hawthorn players, or running in front of the action, running into space further down the ground.
Pritchard on a very tight angle, hoping to pull it in for his 3rd goal, just drifting it across the face and one by.
Well, they've had a couple of chances with Peter German streaming down the right wing and also going straight down the centre of the ground, just not able to do enough with the footy.
Scholl brings it back into play. Crocker, the flyer from behind. Very quick to recover, Darren Crocker, and may get a chance to get it away here. Soccers off the ground. Hudson chasing over the line.
I suppose when you analyse it, you just have to admit that Hawthorn are a better side. It's as simple as that. They use the football well. All the players seem to have that, just that little edge in skill.
Brereton does the ruck work. Kick, well, look at the holding on there on Morrison. Pickering. Condon off the ground. Out to Dunstall. He's got Deere there, who slipped at the crucial stage. And North Melbourne are off the hook. Larkin's out wide on his own. He can have a run here, Matthew Larkin. He elects to give it to Darren Crocker. And that does not look good for North, but he'll recover. Larkin gets it away. Carey's going to run into trouble. He goes over the top again. German, look at the pressure. Clarkson still outside 50. A little chip. And it goes astray once again. But credit to Hawthorn because they're applying the pressure. Roberts soccers off the ground. Allison still outside 50. Again, the kick smothered. Crocker too slow. Lawrence gets there before him. Roberts caught by Whitman. Ball spills free. Longmire shoved out of it by Lawrence. Romero pounces on the ball. He could get pinged here if he's not careful. Hudson down there also. Langford can't take it. Roberts spoons it forward, but straight to Platten. And he is caught.
Now there's another example of what could John Platten do.
It's a vice-like grip. He could not get rid of it.
You took him on.
Oh, you took him on.
Well, he did take him on, actually. The umpire was right.
I'd love the umpires to watch the replay of this.
Man has a shot.
Because he took him on.
Oh,
no, he's right. The umpire's right. He's right.
He picked the ball up, looked up, and he ran straight into Darren
And
Harris.
he
What
picked
else
up
could he do?
speed when he ran into him, too.
Man who's shooting for goal, gentlemen. And it's not a good one. 7-12, plays 11-17, just over 13 minutes remaining.
Chris Langford now looking further up the field. Pretty solid back there at fullback. Long kick is good. Romero disciplined. Hudson looking to give the hand pass away. One touch on the ground, now he gives it away. Ayres again looking to hand pass. Short kick now, wide. Jarman just taps it to his own advantage. He's got a little bit of space out there on centre wing. Short kick, too short. Roberts marks in front of Burrett. They move it quickly. Gives it away to German. German centre half back. Kicks it towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Ball goes through all the players. Larkin first back. Held when he didn't have it. Pritchard back there looking for the free kick. Paul Deere gets the football. Taps it on. Whitman off the ground. Platt on centre wing. Little tap on to Anderson. Short pass by Anderson. Great mark, Dunstall. He is so difficult to stop. In the goal square, Burrett will mark. Chandler a little late, but Burrett always had the football.
That's it.
And Dermott will shoot from only 15 metres out on what we'd classify, I guess, as a difficult angle, but being the pro he is, he shouldn't have too much trouble with this shot. Drop punt kick is pretty good. And unfortunately it went on the other side as Dermott and Jeff Chandler test their strength.
Kick the ball! Kick the ball!
Umpire indicating to the full-back there to kick the ball back into play, and he does. Jarman marks half forward, looking to give it on quickly. Walks, kicks it in towards centre half forward. Great mark by Harris for North Melbourne at centre half back.
There's still some fire down in that Hawthorn forward line. Harris unsure where to go. Eventually goes for distance down the middle, doesn't quite get onto it. Whitman couldn't take it cleanly. Clarkson was being held. Romero too high.
Thanks, Darren. Play on!
He almost caught his teammate standing still, Ross Smith. But he gets it out wide looking for Allison. Right on his hammer is Gary Ayres. He persists, and that typifies Hawthorn.
Now, what did he... No.
Oh, I'll tell you what, when the fans say, leave our game alone, those sort of things there must really...
Who had the football there?
The questions are always asked.
See, it's going to cause some talk in pubs and clubs right around the land this season. This rule. Still in the middle. Overruns it. Chandler on his hammer. Smith gets it out to Pickering. On again to Roberts. Back to Pickering. Hurried kick. Over the centre. But they're kicking under pressure, and so they're not kicking to position. Pritchard is there. He's got Hudson loose. Hawthorn continuing to run. Dunstall, look at that. Clever tap to Jarman, then did the shepherding. Here's Jarman at work. Almost ran too far, pulls it back and goals.
Gee, wait till Dad hears about this Magnuson run-out sale. It's our last chance to get the car of the decade. He can't say no.
Because Magnus sedans are selling fast, to get the deal and model of your choice and $1,500 cash back, you'll have to get to your Mitsubishi dealer very, very quickly.
G'day, mate. Coming for a drive?
Yeah.
The Magnus sedan run out. It can't run forever.
Great play by Jarman. In the centre now, Hawthorn lead by 36 points. Darren Harris over the top, can't get the ball effectively to his rover. Ramiro battling hard, but look at the Hawthorn defence. It's Whitman again, who's played a very serviceable game. Up towards half forward, Ben Allen, Morrissey, left foot kick by Morrissey into the forward pocket. Burton's marked it. His second grab at it may have been over the line, but the goal umpire, who's probably closer to the action than the boundary umpire, is giving it the all clear. One grab by Dermott, second grab, no, it was inside the field of play. So Burton will shoot from...
Now there's nobody standing where on Burton's right-hand side, so he can run around. You see how far he's going back? The other thing Burton did wrong was walk with his back to play, go back to take his kick with his back towards the goal.
Well, Ross Smith is in there, Don.
Well, he's just run in there now.
Dermott aware of the angle. Now he lessens the angle and kicks it straight across the face. Out of bounds on the full, so the free kick will go to North Melbourne in this opposite back pocket. To be taken back there by Craig Scholl. And North Melbourne, a trail by 36 points. Scholl's kick to half back on his members' side, up over the top Deer. Chandler, German, kick off the ground by Jarman. Back it goes to Pickering. Gets a little bit of space. The left foot kick back towards half back. Crocker. Hand pass is okay. Clarkson looking to give it off. Now he gets through. Handball in towards centre half back. Stevens, left foot kick by that player, broken down because the kick was inaccurate. Collins marks at centre half back. Wastes no time. Handball away to Whitman. Whitman's kick is a little awkward for Paul Deer. Chipping in is Staritsky. Gets the hand pass to German. Slow, but he gets his kick away. Short. Longmire at the back. Still after it. Langford. Left foot kick. Clear. Close to the line, it'll go over, and Hawthorn breathe again. The ball, boundary throw in, half forward flank left for North Melbourne, and they really are struggling to convert.
Yes, there's the North camp. With Hawthorn under 8 minutes away from their fourth night flag in 7 years. Morrissey wants the player going past. Anderson is the man. Away they go. Pritchard. Out come the big guns. Brereton. With him is Dunstall. Scholl wearing him like a glove at the moment. North have the numbers here. Go over the top to MacArthur. Slips, but will still get it away. Not so subtle tackle from Hudson. Back to Peter German. They want goals and they want them fast. Crocker. Wide to Allison.
Let's it, Gary! Come back, Gary! Fine!
Short again. Romero. Too far out to score, Jose Romero, but it'll certainly put them well inside 50. Was there a lack of talking there? Jenke comes away. Hudson.
Back on, Darren!
On half back.
Yours!
Spears it into the centre. And McDonald takes them out.
Back off, please! Jero!
Got Allen in the middle.
Play on!
Ben Allen to half forward. Pritchard at the back. Clever kick. Clever kick. So Anthony Condon, who kicked the goal in the first quarter, has a chance to finish off as he started.
See, even the kick, if it doesn't hit the man, is kick to the advantage of that guy into space where he can run and leave the player in his wake doing the chasing.
18th kick for Condon. Into the square it goes. Pickering at the back. Runs it to the outer boundary line, or towards it. Crocker and Hudson. Darren Crocker retains his footing. Kicks it high towards the wing once again. Lawrence the height. Socks down. Peter German now. Allison. North looking a little tired as Allison chips in towards half forward once again. Hawthorn in front. Langford comes steaming out. Gives it to Anderson. Back again. He says, I'll have it. But he's caught this time. Puts Allen under pressure.
Oh, good play, long
mark
too.
He's come right down to the centre. Romero lost sight of it for a split second and it proved costly. Collins and Whitman combined. And again, Hawthorn drifted up towards centre wing. Ben Allen.
I'll tell you what, how would you be if you were coach, Sandy? If you're coaching North Melbourne, Shimmer must be tearing his hair out because everything they try, Hawthorn just have somewhere they've got an answer.
Well, he hasn't torn it all out yet, I'm happy to say. Allen to the 50-metre line, looking for Hudson. At the back, Roberts. Deere, McDonald, set sail for home, and there's another one.
So Alex McDonald kicks his first goal for the evening. It was Hawthorn's 13th, and they now lead by 7 goals. 96-54, only 5 minutes left. So the football punters will only be interested in the margin, I would think. Ayres, Whitman.
Brereton's injured too.
I'm impressed with Whitman. He does a good job on wing, half forward, ruck rover, half back. Very good utility is Chris Whitman. Crocker. The foot kick across his body. You were saying, Don, that
Brereton's injured and actually he's going off. Schwab's his replacement.
I'll tell you what, he's a very important player to Hawthorn. He just is like a general around that forward line. And he and Dunstall work so cohesively. They're a very, very hard pair to combat. North Melbourne go up towards full forward. Langford, who's played well. Some people thought that Chris Langford was finished. Combining with Collins, Hudson, well tackled, gets the handball away. Deere, look at Collins. He's come from the back line, kept on running and kicked it into the full forward line. Dunstall unselfishly tries to give it to Schwab. Scholl trying his heart out. Dunstall handball. Allen into an open goal. Gets his foot to the ball but misses to the left. Ben Allen, 4 behinds.
Well, he had a purple patch last time. I think he kicked 5 goals, 4 or 5 goals, Allen, tonight. He just hasn't got the right boots on. His 4th point.
And not a happy face in the background there, which was Greg Deere, who has hurt his knee and reportedly will not play again for Hawthorn this year. So that's a bad blow for the Hawks. But they've gone on with it. His brother Paul has done a tremendous job in the ruck. A kick towards half forward, marked by Clarkson. Handball goes to McCarthy. McCarthy's long kick. Centre of the ground. Carey. Short kick, but good chase there by Lawrence. Whitman goes back towards Lawrence. Carey beaten for it by Ayres. Ayres goes with the handball to McDonald. McDonald both sides of the body. Short pass is good. Condon marks in front of Smith. Oh, a bit sloppy. Harris, Roberts, Smith pulled off the football by Deere. Didn't have it according to the umpire. And good fortune there for North Melbourne. Free kick goes to Ross Smith. Defensive side of the centre.
He kicks North deep into attack, up towards the half-forward line. He's looking for man. With him is Jenke, Pritchard, Platten and Clarkson. At the back, Jarman and Storitsky. It's the latter who gets a high kick towards the North 50-metre line. No mark taken. Man unable to take it cleanly. Pritchard busy as always. Bouncing his way across that defensive line. then coming wide towards Hudson. Caught at the back, but he still takes the mark. A chip into the middle. And Dean Anderson will send Hawthorn forward once again. He's got Allen short, and that's the way he wants it. Players continuing to run. Deer stabbing with the left foot, putting the side inside 50. Condon going for his second and getting it.
Well, they just do it so easily, Hawthorn. They chip that ball around. Three kicks, covered about 30, 40 metres. And then when they had the man out in the open, who was Condon, bang through went. What's this? Deer was probably the third player involved, Condon being the fourth. No pressure on at all as he goes in for his second.
He's at 19 kicks and 9 hand passes, Anthony Condon, 11 marks and 2 goals, so his performance has been good. But they've had far too many good players, Hawthorn. 2 minutes left, 210 kicks to 171, 90 hand passes to 71. And it really tells the story because on the scoreboard they lead comfortably. Collins tackled by Ramiro, but able to get the handball away to Lawrence, then to Whitman. Whitman's kick, good. Hudson in the centre, runs up towards centre half forward, kicks towards Dunstall, can't mark, recovers well. Scholl can hold his head high. He's done well on Dunstall since going back there. And the umpire calls for a bounce.
Interesting, Dunstall ducked his head when he was just about to take that mark. Maybe he thought he's going to get a whack behind the ear. Usually that's what the fullbacks do if they just can't get their fist to the ball.
McDonald doing the ruck work. Ben Allen tapping it on into the forward pocket. McCarthy goes after the footy, taps it over for a boundary throw-in. We've got just over a minute left. So Hawthorn will be the premiers of the 1991 Foster's Cup competition. Roberts doing the ruck work with McDonald. Roberts taps it out the back. Striving hard Chandler. So was Allen. Crocker gathers the ball. A long kick towards the centre wing. Out there Carey. Flies high but can't mark. Handball back to Storitsky. He goes further afield. It's Harris looking for Carey. Carey can't control the footy. A tap on, but there's no one there. Ayres desperate. Now Hawthorn have got the numbers back there. Platten pitches it away from Anderson. Great tackle by Allison. Should have nearly been rewarded. A little chip kick by Ayres, but chipping in is Storitsky. Storitsy's kick to the front. No mark taken. Ramiro beaten for it by Collins. Jarman. Left foot kick by Jarman is wide. And Hudson's got plenty of room. The ball should sit for him. It does. Hudson's short pass is magnificent. Dunstall's good lead, but wasn't that a great pass by Paul Hudson?
On the line! Keep coming! That's it!
Dunstall's 3 goals all came in the first quarter. He's kicking just outside 50.
Oh, unusual. A torpedo punt that goes over the line.
Well, what do you think of that?
There, Jamie. Last kick over, Jamie. Come back, come back. Jamie, give him 5.
Out of bounds on the full, so in the dying seconds, there it is. The Hawks are the champions of the Foster's Cup for 1991. The final scoreline sees Hawthorn 14-19. 103. Too good. For North Melbourne, 7-12, 54. So the Hawks following up their wins of 1985, 86 and 88. Let's go down to the boundary line. Here's Bernie.
Yes, Dermot, well done again. How many is that?
I don't want to sound too cocky or anything, but I don't really know. I honestly don't.
What about that? If someone had a tuned in that second half, they would have thought it was an easy win to Hawthorn, but it wasn't all that way in the first half.
Well, I just looked up on the scoreboard and I thought, gee, we really did get away with it a bit, but I suppose we're fairly fortunate to win by that much because they were a good side. They tackled very hard in the first half. As you can see, they've got a fairly young side. They've got a great few years ahead of them, but they just make some silly mistakes at the wrong time. So if they cut that out, they're going to be the team to beat in the next few years.
What about yourself? Came off at the end, only precautionary?
I'd hope to say that. We'll check it out in a few minutes. I'll let you know, Bernie.
What was it, the hamstring?
Yeah, I actually went for a ball in the first quarter and I thought I'll try and do something and overextend myself here and get this one, and I certainly did, and felt a bit of a strain there, so I'll see how it pulls up during the week.
Well done again, Dermot. We're getting sick of congratulating you, but you're a fantastic effort again.
I am the side of very fortunate. I suppose hard work pays off.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Well, this victory to the Hawks, just repeating that final scoreline here at Waverley. 14-19, 103. North Melbourne 7-12. We'll have the presentation shortly.
Gee, wait till Dad hears about this Magnuson run-out sale. It's our last chance to get the car of the decade. He can't say no.
Because Magnus sedans are selling fast, to get the deal and model of your choice and $1,500 cash back, you'll have to get to your Mitsubishi dealer very, very quickly.
G'day, mate. Coming for a drive?
Yeah.
The Magnus sedan run out. It can't run forever.
Now's the time to replace those unsafe tyres. Bow Repairs have pulled out the big rubber for big holiday reductions on our entire range of tyres. Australian-made steel radials are now only $54. We've rubbed $12 off the price. Olympic qualifiers now only $95. We've rubbed $14 off the price. Australian-made steel radials. You'd think we'd made a mistake. Now only $66, save $13. That's just part of the big rubber sale. Only at Bow Repairs and only for a short time. Hurry in before they're all rubbed out.
In this week's Sunday Age, you'll find your guide to the 91 football season. It's got previews and predictions, a special look at Jason Dunstall, player statistics, a rundown on your club, final team lists and much more. The Guide to Football 91. It all makes sense in the Sunday Age.
This is Bill Jeffers. Bill is a pharmacist. He's going to tell you about the Here to Help Stop Smoking program available from your local pharmacy.
I'm not a pharmacist.
Bill, you're a pharmacist.
I'm not. I'm just an actor in a white coat. In fact, I'm not even an actor. I'm just the brother-in-law of the person that wrote this commercial.
No, you're a pharmacist. Look into the camera and explain how the Here to Help Stop Smoking program can help you say goodbye to nicotine.
I can't. Only a real pharmacist can help you stop smoking. Advertising is an illusion!
Could your car insurance get you out of this?
Great start to the honeymoon. The car's been nicked.
Sure.
And the bags.
You're not joking, are you?
Now, one car insurance company can help. Only RACV Comprehensive Car Insurance now includes Aussie Assist, a unique 24-hour helpline.
We'll get some fresh clothes from your mum and send them right up. Now here's what we'll do about the car.
Remember, Aussie Assist is free with RACV Comprehensive Car Insurance. Switch your policy now.
On Beyond 2000, the talking map that knows exactly where you are.
Take a left. Do it now.
It's called the Backseat Driver.
The speed limit here is 45 miles per hour.
Ah, shut up.
Plus, a disease that affects 200 million people.
Between 40 and 50% of these boys may have the parasite in their blood system.
The solution? A flower. Could it also lead to a cure for AIDS? And high-tech hits the high seas.
Having someone talk to you while you're riding away.
Beyond 2000, Tuesday on 7.
The final margin here at Waverley was 49 points. Now for the presentation, here is AFL Commission Chairman Ross Oakley.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we should thank both teams tonight for putting on a marvellous display of Australian football. With particular congratulations to the Hawthorn Football Club for a great display of football. 46,600 people here tonight to demonstrate that you love your summer football, and we're delighted to bring it to you. I'd like now to introduce to you the Marketing Director of Carlton United Breweries, Mr Ken Carney, to present the Premiership Trophy to the captain of the Hawthorn side. Ken?
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. Well, it's exciting to be part of the evolution of the Foster's Cup, to be such an integral part of the pre-season build-up to the AFL season. It's unfortunate that the young side of North Melbourne played so well, but were beaten by the experience of Hawthorn. Congratulations, Hawthorn. Can I call upon Gary Ayres to receive the cup? Congratulations, Gary.
Yes, a wonderful moment for Gary Ayres, the acting captain. Of course, Michael Tuck still not taking his place in the Hawthorn side. But that now is 4 in 7 years for the Hawks, and they have sounded out a warning to the remaining clubs with the home and away matches starting next week that they will be a definite force once more. Well, time now to look back on the Foster's Cup, and of course it culminated with that 49-point victory to Hawthorn. Editor Warren Smith has put this action together, Rock the Hard Way.
Congratulations to Steve Vizard, popular winner of the Logie Award as the star of the 7 Networks Tonight Live and Fast Forward.
The Roos are on the move. Watch the baby Joes of the 80s become the Kangaroos of the 90s as Operation Kangaroo Mark II swings into action. Join the North Melbourne Football Club as a member in 91. Remember, all proceeds stay with the club. Buy your membership now. Contact North Melbourne on 326 8666 for details. Operation Kangaroo and North Melbourne, the team of the 90s.
Massive clearance sale of all time this weekend at Keys Road Clearance Centre, Moorabbin. No gimmicks, just unbelievable bargains. Attention builders and home renovators, over 1,000 vanity units to choose from, plus spa bars, spa pools, shower bases and screens, bars, tapware, toilets, kitchens and general household furniture. Saturday and Sunday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Keys Road Clearance Centre, 5 Keys Road, Moorabbin. Be there.
The car was a write-off. Took them ages to get their act together, and it cost me a fortune in phone calls.
Yeah. Well, that didn't happen to me at AMEV.
Eh?
I look after you at AMEV.
Who?
AMEV.
Nah, they're a tiny mob, aren't they?
No, all over the world.
And they don't stuff you about?
No way. Smooth as clockwork.
Oh, tell me about it. How can I get hold of them?
Not like that.
The word is AMEV for insurance. Ask about it.
It will be the mother of all matches. Hawthorn will cream them.
I categorically disagree.
Ha! North Melbourne have no chance. They're just a bunch of Nancy boys.
I can't comment on that. I think the outcome will be very different indeed.
Whichever side you back, don't miss the free footy tipping chart in the Sunday Sun. With the entire year's fixtures, it's perfect for any office.
Even an oval one.
Ha! Get your free footy tipping chart in this week's Sunday Sun.
Last week, 1.5 million Australians thrilled to the unforgettable story of a boy growing up in the outback.
I need 3 shillings and I won £5. Don't!
This week, more adventures for Mick. The Rutbag Hero. Until tragedy strikes.
You'll be right.
Rutbag Hero. 6:30 Sunday on 7.
Basketball is back. The Southern Melbourne Saints versus the Melbourne Tigers. Then the Eastside Spectres take on the North Melbourne Giants Sunday on 7.
Monday, murder in Wandon Valley.
A hit and run?
Yeah, more than likely.
This is more than cowardice.
Where he was just about to address the National Convention of Proctologists. We have that. And another world record today fell to an heroic Aussie when Trevor Polkinghorn of Quorn, South Australia, broke the bladder capacity record with retention of 250 litres. And this picture was taken soon after the record was confirmed. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this. My own haggis. Thank you. Thank you very much.
1, 2. Last month, a 1990 Commodore Executive like this, with automatic transmission and air conditioning, would have cost around 26 grand. This month you can buy one for under 22. Australia's top-selling car for less than $22,000. That's pretty good.
Experience the International Motor Show.
A world-class exhibition of the best and the latest in motoring design and technology.
Total family entertainment.
An exciting entertainment event for the whole family.
New releases.
Be the first to see new releases.
The future on wheels.
Amazing concept cars unveiled here for the first time.
Australia's biggest car showroom.
And if you're looking to buy, you'll see it all at the International Motor Show. Exhibition Building, March 8 to 17.
Hi, this is Danny McCluskey in the Vox Tops, inviting you to join us every Friday and Saturday night at the majestic UK Cabaret Lounge at the Angel Tavern in Melbourne. For the best of British and Irish food and entertainment, and not forgetting the best of British ales. So come home to the old country for a night at the Angel Tavern on the corner of Dandenong and Glenferrie Roads, Melbourne. For bookings, phone 509-4023. Cool, I think I'll have some of that.
I feel better, so much better now. Better than ever, we're together now.
How do you feel?
I feel better now.
Imagine a shaver that was more comfortable to hold and cordless, that had a platinum-plated foil for a smoother shave, a combination shave for the neck and difficult areas, an extendable trimmer, and a built-in computer so you always knew just how much power you had. Then imagine the new System 123 shaver, designed to perform better by Braun.
They're back.
Oh, baby!
The brand new series of Full House, plus Acropolis Now, starts Thursday from 7:30 on 7.
Tonight Live is proudly brought to you by Holden. Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Nice audience. To be frank, it is my birthday, and I don't want to, you know, because it's a good year for me, 23, and I don't want to go. No, thank you very much, everybody, for that, and of course, that was Southern Sun, so that was. But right now, it's time for viewer faxes. Thank you. Dear Steve, here's one. Thank you. Dear Steve, a quick joke to lighten up yours and everyone's evening. Question, why did the gerbil fail its driving test? Answer, because he couldn't get out of gear. Don't get it. Dear Steve, a few pages before your article in New Idea, there's a picture of a smiling policewoman. And there's a fax there. There is the smiling policewoman. There is the smiling policewoman. There she is. There she is in uniform, and she is smiling. A few pages. This familiar face wasn't smiling when she booked me in Hoddle Street, Collingwood last year. Why don't you get this sparkling face on the show to see how she can sing? She actually is a singing policewoman. To see how she can sing. Maybe a panel of traffic infringement notice recipients can judge her like she judged me, from Peter. We will get, what's her name? Linda Harvey. We'll get Linda Harvey on the show and she can sing. Linda Harvey. We know you're out there, Linda, and we're after you. Dear Steve, please read this fax. As you are having Southern Suns on your program tonight, we thought we'd let you know that their number one fan is in the audience. Her name is Anne Stewley. Anne Stewley. Anne Stewley. And her name is Anne Stewley. Her main ambition in life is to be Mrs. Jack Johns. Well, it's funny because I was talking to Jack and he wants to be Mr. Stewley, and we're going to have a wedding tonight. Now, dear Steve, could you please say hi to Sue Patterson with one T from Yowie Bay because she thinks you're cute and wants to squeeze your butt? No, she can't do that. She's tall, blonde, slim, and has big bazoo. Yeah, right. Viewer faxes. Thank you. Our special guest tonight, James Woods, has an Academy Award nomination. He's won an Emmy. He's now a major star after a decade of supporting character roles that he's made unforgettable. Films like Salvador, The Onion Field, Cop, The Boost, and bestseller, I think, Johnny. He's just completed a movie with Michael J. Fox to be released in Australia later this year. Before we join him in LA, let's take a look at James Woods in action from that movie, The Hard Way.
You ever kill anybody? Counting today? Come on, John. Look, my character kills this guy. He's probably an innocent bystander. I just want to know what that's like. You can't. Not by asking someone. Will you open up? I just want to know what it feels like to be inside your skin.
I don't want you inside my skin. Do you understand? It's private. What's in there belongs to me.
You're not going to learn what it means to be a cop by eating hot dogs and picking your teeth and asking stupid questions. We live this job. It's something we are, not something we do. Every time a cop walks up to a car and has to give a speeding ticket, he knows he may have to kill someone or be killed himself. That's not something you step into by strapping on a rubber gun and riding around all day. You get to go back to your $1 million beach house and your bimbos and your blowhards, and you get 17 takes to get it right. We get one take. It lasts our whole lives. We mess it up, and we're dead.
That was great. I'm serious. Can you just do that one more time for me?
James, if I can hit you at the outset with a big one, where did you actually get that black jacket you're wearing?
This black jacket, now I'm on the spot. I'm going to be like put in jail. This jacket I stole from the movie, actually. Universal had about 12 of these babies, and they cost a fortune. They were made for me for the movie, so I took about 10 of them and passed them out as presents. And I had yours, but the dog ate it, so sorry.
The film itself, Jimmy, if you had to describe it in one sentence, what would be that description?
A landmark performance by James Woods.
But that's exactly what you said about all the other ones.
No, it's actually a very funny idea. And when I first heard it, the notion of a very spoiled Hollywood movie star that Michael Fox plays remarkably well. I mean, he does a great job with it. It was assigned.
What do you mean by that, Jimmy?
Well, I've been teasing Michael all day. I'm allowed to do this. I get paid, actually, to tease him. And he teams up with a New York cop who's supposed to be a technical advisor on the movie he's working on, who, of course, hates him. It's the part I play. And it has sort of the basis of the humor of it is the frustration that I encounter in having to deal with this overwhelmingly spoiled guy.
Can I talk to my partner for a second? Excuse me. What the hell's going on, huh? Coincidence, right? You wanted to see a subway in New York, and of all the subways you wanted to see, you just happened to be on the one that Susan was on. Is that it?
I invited him to lunch.
What?
Yeah.
Look, I can explain.
You don't have to explain, all right? First of all, you bust up our date at the pizza parlor. Next thing I know, you're having lunch with my girlfriend.
Oh, cut the jealousy, bitch, John. You got no right. You know, you can take a few pointers from a guy like Ray. He knows how to deal with people. And from what I could see, he's probably a better cop.
Oh.
Well, you were probably off thrashing at the pizza parlor. He was dealing with real felons without losing his head. What? Tell me.
I can't believe you just kissed him. You kissed his face.
You were going to be a doctor. Is that right, or did I just make that up?
No, I wanted to be a doctor, and then I realized that I might have to see, somebody like you nude on the operating table, and so I decided, really, I'd rather be an actor and, see, like, Sean Young nude instead.
And
just a joke. Just a joke.
How is that relationship going now with you and Sean?
It's going pretty well. It's pretty smooth now, actually. And I'm actually, in all seriousness, a big fan of hers. I think she's really beautiful and really talented, and I'm glad she lives in Arizona.
Because you're that kind of guy, really, aren't you? You're fairly persistent in getting roles. What are some of the most persistent things you've done, particularly in the early days, to land roles?
I think the first big chance I had on stage, they were using only British resident alien actors because they were doing Borstal Boy by Brendan Behan, and it was set in a British Borstal. And I kind of waited until the stage manager went to the bathroom, and I walked out on stage as if I was the next candidate. And I just pretended that I was from Liverpool. And I got the part, and then the director said to me, he said, well, how long have you been in the States? And I said, well, about 22, 23 years. And he said, well, how old are you? I said, 23. And he said, well, when were you in England? And I said, I never was. Is it nice? I don't know. I've never seen it, And he said, well, we only wanted resident British people. I said, but you just cast me, so what's the problem? See, you could have made a mistake. And I got the part.
You've actually been mugged at one stage for your unemployment check.
That's right. How'd you know about that? Were you the guy that I thought you looked familiar. When I get over there, I'm going to kick his ass.
Tell us the story.
No, I was actually sitting in the subway in New York. This was years ago, and I had an unemployment check. I have unemployment insurance, which was handy when you were a young, struggling actor, because you contribute to it, and then you get paid when you're not working. I had like $34, and this guy, like in a full-length suede coat. I mean, he was like, the coat alone was worth about $1,500. And I'm sitting there in my ratty old turtleneck sweater and so on, and he puts a gun to my head and he says, give me all your money. And so I say, okay, and I take out the money and I give him $34, and I said, can I have $4 back? And he said, why? I said, well, I haven't had breakfast yet, and I wanted to get Eggs Benedict over at Feathers, and it's $3.50, and I wanted to leave, 50-cent tip. And he said, okay, and he gave me the $4 back. And I said, by the way, just before you go, I said, I should be mugging you. You're better dressed than I am. He said, don't push your luck.
And that's when he shot you?
No, he was...
Jimmy, the Academy Awards, you're nominated, you're there, you're on the night, and they cut to that 4-picture thing, you know, they cut the screen up into 4 vision, the camera's on you. What do? What's going through your head at that time?
Well, I'm going to answer that in a different way. The morning of the Academy Awards, Richard Dreyfuss called me up, and Richard, of course, had won Best Actor, which I was nominated for that year. He had won a few years before for The Goodbye Girl. And he says to me, so how you feeling? And I said, oh, great, you know. He said, you excited about tonight? And I said, yeah. And he said, think you'll win? And I said, you know, Richard, I don't really care if I win. You know, it's just enough to be nominated. It's really important. That's the real honor. And so on. He said, yeah. He said, I said all that bullshit, too. He said, believe me, the second they start tearing open the envelope, you would kill anybody you've ever met for them to say your name. Trust me on that. So, of course, when they're tearing open the envelope, the first thing I'm thinking of is like, God darn that Richard Dreyfuss, you know, he's right.
It must be nerve-wracking. Now the cameras are on you. You sort of got that fixed grimace on your face, trying to look pleasant as they announce someone else's name.
But in fact, in all seriousness, it is just great to be there. And you know, the year I was nominated, Paul Newman won, and he had a body of work, you know, for years that was really superb. And it was, you know, I mean, it would have been nice if he'd won a different year for it, but it was, you know, it's not so bad to lose to somebody like Paul Newman.
Yeah, The Hard Way, the latest movie with Michael J. Fox. I don't want to sort of get into details, but you can tell me, frankly, is Michael J. Fox an arsehole to work with? I mean, let's be frank here, Jimmy.
I tell you, you know what the irony is? He is the nicest guy I think I've ever met. He's funny, he's bright, he's just a terrific kid. He's really wonderful. And that's no surprise, I mean, because he sort of has a reputation of being a really terrific guy.
Is he sitting nearby?
Yes, he's sitting right here. He has a gun to my head. He's trying to mug me for the $34 I got in my pocket. Put it away. Oh, I think he's sneaking in now. No, this is not he. This is the dog with your coat. Clean up that mess and get his coat out of there, will you?
No, he is a good bloke to work with.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a really champion guy. I mean, you know, he gets paid like $15 million a picture. He should be a good guy, you know? That's what I said to him. I said, you know, hand me over a few dollars and, you know, we'll talk it over.
The film's fantastic. What have you got coming up next, Jim?
I'm just going to start work on a picture. We're in negotiation now, so I can't tell you the name of it, but by the time, probably by this afternoon, I'll know whether the deal is locked up or not. But it is a family comedy. Something a little different for me to be doing, and it's by the guy who wrote 3 Men and a Baby, so I'm pretty excited about doing that.
I will look forward to finding more out about that. Jimmy, it's been a great pleasure talking to you. Are you going to get out to Australia sometime?
I was just going to say, if you'd spring for a ticket, for crying out loud, instead of this ridiculous thing with the earphone and the satellite and so on, you know, one measly ticket. I'll go coach, I'll go in the baggage compartment, you know. I'll make it to the Philippines at least. Meet me halfway, we'll do the show.
Okay, let's call it Hong Kong, and we've got a deal.
You got a deal.
Okay,
okay, Steve.
Jimmy, great pleasure to talk to you. Look forward. I can recommend the film thoroughly. The Hard Way. Jimmy Wood, personal best friend of mine. He's got my jacket. I'm going to sue the arse off him. Would you thank Jimmy Wood? We'll be back with more after this. Stick around. This is television.
See the girl who shocked the world as Emmanuel in the adults-only adventures of a teenage boy whose dreams come true. Private Lessons premieres Thursday.
In Europe and America, he packs out whole stadiums. Now, for the first time, England's Grammy Award-winning genius, Steve Winwood, is coming to Australia. Packing his 25-year career into one spectacular concert. Your one and only chance to see him live. Fox FM presents Steve Winwood in concert, Thursday, March 14. You've waited long enough. Book now.
The sun comes up with an orange grin. Feels so fine as the day begins. And it won't be long till I'm drinking it in. Drinking in the sun. Sun-kissed is the one.
When you want to drink in the sun, there's only one. Go on, drink it in. Sun-kissed or diet sun-kissed.
Drinking in the sun. Sun-kissed is the one.
The Daihatsu Applause comes fully imported with all these features as standard. Four-wheel disc brakes, multi-valve engine, electronic fuel injection, large rear hatch, a new 3-year warranty. And it recently set the record in the Guinness Book of Records round Australia economy drive. Starting from only $15,990 for the Applause LI, you'll be amazed how much Daihatsu you get for so little money. No wonder they call the Daihatsu Applause the unstretched limousine. See your Daihatsu dealer today, while stocks last.
Were you listening to that phone call when he said that he must see me? Told me to be wearing something to remind him of that last night. And I knew then what to do then, wear a flower in my pocket. So I waited at the corner with wildflowers in my pocket. Just you, just me, just jeans.
Ever since he was a baby, Homer Hudson has viewed the world through honest eyes. And like all men of greatness, he realized his true destiny at an early age.
Ice cream.
Homer Hudson's honest-to-goodness ice cream. You've never seen anything like it.
Jason Bateman went to uni for an education. What he got was a transformation. The hair-raising laughs of Teen Wolf 2, Friday.
Our special band tonight utilises the talent of 3 members of the group Southern Sons. They're performing their new single, Hold Me In Your Arms. How you going there, Jack? Oh, thanks very much. Thank you. Come on. Back on the road again? Yeah. Doing a tour of all of the best caravan parks of Australia. They're a fabulous group. Would you please welcome Southern Sons.
Morning sunlight moves gently on our the sounds of distant traffic float into my head. Eyes slowly open and words won't be enough. But what is left unspoken burns softly in your touch. So hold me in your arms. Hold me in your arms. So my love, hold me in your arms. Time moves without us. This room will be untouched. We're safe beneath the truth now, both safe within this love. So hold me in your arms. Hold me in your arms. feels more than you can see. I can't get close enough. Every single day is ours to feel this way. I can't get close enough, never close enough. So hold me in your arms. Hold me in your arms. So my love, hold me in your arms. So my love, won't you hold me in your arms? Your
Australian talent, Southern Sons, Can That Bastard Sing? That's the record. We're going to take a break. Back with more after this. Stick around. Jack Jones, Southern Sons.
Well, we're having a busy couple of months here. Currently, we're given some factory bonuses on our 4 cylinders. It means you can get one of these Novas here for $12,850 and an Apollo for around $15,800. That's cheaper than when I was loading them up a few years ago.
It's worth wearing a seatbelt because then you won't be stopped by the police. And it's worth wearing a seatbelt because then you won't be fined $110 or even more. But most importantly, it's worth wearing a seatbelt because you're worth it. If you're not wearing a seatbelt, what's stopping you?
Refreshment that lasts, I need refreshment that lasts. Refreshment that lasts, I need the Schweppes of essence that lasts the whole drink through. I need Schweppes lemonade, refreshment that lasts and lasts and lasts. Schweppes lemonade.
Our bankers insist we must liquidate all stock of Australian-made spa baths now. At these ridiculous prices, you could sink into the spa you thought you'd never afford. Save up to $1,095 on corner baths. Oval baths save up to $990. Save $1,200 on rectangular baths. And round baths at a saving of $950. Also save $100 on a hot pump. This offer can't last. Come to the showroom now for these and other savings at 148 Bernard Street, Cheltenham, or call 584-1022 for your nearest Fab Glass showroom.
Quiet, please!
There's a new Tats Instant Scratch It game out now. You could win up to $500,000 instantly. Shout yourself a Tats Instant Scratch It.
Can blood stay 42 forever?
You can, if you eat right and live with women who look a lot older than you.
The Golden Girls plus Family Matters, Friday.
Football.
Gary Ablett has decided to retire.
For Melbourne's complete footy picture.
I think if we got down to the MCG...
Sandy Roberts.
Mate, the first couple of games over here, sensation.
Drew Morford.
Good evening, everyone.
And Peter Landy.
Nobody knows news like 7.
Nightly at 6.
Sorry, I was just reading some newspapers and stuff. Tonight, we have the two stars of the new Kennedy Miller film, Flirting, winner of 4 AFI awards, second part of the trilogy that began with The Year My Voice Broke. Please welcome Noah Taylor and Tandy Newton. Now, the film briefly, if you could just do a very brief explanation of what the film Flirting is about for those who haven't seen it. Very briefly.
Oh, well, briefly, it's about a guy who's been sent to a boarding school for various reasons to straighten him out, and he's a bit of a freak there to the rugby-playing sort of people of New South Wales. And
he's a dag.
He's a bit of a dag and bit of a loser and a loner, and you know, people have their doubts about, you know, which side of the fence he's on, I think, and stuff like this. And along comes this girl who, for various reasons, is also a bit different from the sister school. It's a boarding school in the country. And I guess it's about two people who find solace in each other and in finding worth in each other that other people can't see. And about...
Would you like to expand on that, Tandy?
I think Noah's covered it, actually. No,
Covered the whole thing. We've actually got a clip. Let's have a look at this.
Good match.
Yeah. 3 badly injured so far.
You don't sound very patriotic.
No, I'm not.
Aren't you interested in football?
Only from an anthropological viewpoint.
What are you talking about?
It's a form of mating ritual.
What?
That's why you're here, isn't it?
You're deranged.
Incredibly rude. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, that's why I haven't got any friends.
I'm not surprised.
I take pity on him.
Well, I'd say it's wasted. Come on.
Brilliant.
Tandy, you're English. This is your first movie. How did you get the part?
Well, I was at a performing arts college in Britain, and the casting director over there just happened to know of the place and called up if you got any 16-year-old African-looking girls. And I went for the audition. I was absolutely appalling in my first audition, but I took direction well and got a screen test. Lucky girl.
And when you look back at it, what's your reaction to your first movie?
Well, I don't know. It's difficult, really, looking at yourself and trying to be, trying to look at it from an audience's point of view. It's good. I'm really very pleased with the film. I think John's really really done it again.
The film's called Flirting. Were you a flirt?
Oh yes. Well, I suppose I am. I suppose I am a bit, but
Did you flirt with each other off camera?
Are you joking? No.
What does that mean, Noah? What's the? There was no magic between the two of you in a personal sense.
Devil worshipping, maybe, not magic. Not.
Now you played, the dag, the guy who had a bit of trouble, who was slightly the outsider. Did you model yourself on anyone in particular?
Not really. I guess it's just, in every school there's a couple of people, I guess, who are either excluded. You have the one kid who doesn't say anything at all. You have the one kid who sort of cracks a few jokes and gets pushed around, and then you have one kid who's sort of like a bit of a hero in school, and the hero at the school, sort of tough kid or whatever, usually ends up